Merry Christmas, everybody! Yes, you are episode 4 of Blank Canvas Podcast, and you have myself, Mina West.
And me, Jennifer Noir.
Whoop, whoop. Yes, we're very excited. For the Christmas special, we thought we'll get a special guest in today, and we have none other but amazing singer and I believe songwriter as well, RKHTY.
Hey guys, hey.
Yes, RKHTY is from New York, Brooklyn. That's how we speak. Yeah.
That's not how we
That's how we speak.
No,
it's not how we speak.
No.
I believe in my head that's how we speak.
I know. I think a lot of people have that misconception. You know, just like I'm pretty sure the same thing for London, like different parts, everyone sounds different.
Yeah. How's it feel being down in London?
It's fine. You know what? It's a lot warmer than I expected it to be.
Yeah, it is actually.
It's not that cold.
And I've seen people bundle up and I'm like, oh, this is nothing.
It's a bit of a weak Christmas weather, I think.
Yeah. But I think like January, February is where it really snows and stuff.
That's true.
Yeah. That's fine. I don't. We can skip that.
All right, so we're starting off with a game of Would You Rather, but this time Christmas themed.
Yes.
So Mina, do you want to start with the first question?
Mine's very simple. Would you rather have chicken or turkey?
For Christmas dinner?
Yeah.
Chicken.
Turkey's so dry.
I don't know
Who
why
actually has
people
turkey?
say
Who actually has turkey? To be fair, I don't like just having chicken. I like having chicken, lamb, and turkey because it's traditional. So I like it being in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Of having that option. You like that?
I like having options. So chicken, lamb, and turkey. That was in the vicinity for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. My question is, would you rather spend Christmas in Barbados
Okay.
or...
Like Barbados.
I love it. I really want to go. Or... where else is really nice? Africa.
The thing about me, for me, because I'm Nigerian, depends what part of Africa you go to, but going Christmas in Nigeria isn't like, actually no, Nigeria, facts, because I don't go see my family back home in Nigeria enough.
Yeah.
So I like Christmas being about family and everyone being together, so I like just being with family. Like when people go, let's go on holiday for Christmas, I'm like, oh, but like I want to be with my like mum and my brother and my family and like nieces and nephews. So going away for Christmas isn't a thing for me, but going to Nigeria, I feel like I'm going home.
Yeah.
So Nigeria, I would rather go. What about you?
Come on. Any chance that I would get to go to whatever part of Africa, I'd probably pick that. Because you know what? I've been to Barbados actually.
Oh, have you?
Yes. I've been there before. I have a couple cousins there.
Jealous.
Yes, so I've been there before. So I would definitely pick whatever part of Africa.
Funnily enough, I'd go to Africa any other time. But Christmas for me is a time where I relax and rest. And I don't feel like I'd relax and rest if I went to Nigeria.
you
I feel like I'd
won't.
be running around a lot.
You would be.
So I'd rather be in a beach in Barbados with Bae.
With
Glass
Bae.
of wine,
Okay.
just watching the sunset.
Oh, that's so sweet.
With my Santa bikini.
But little like flash or something like Santa baby.
Can you think of any questions?
I have a weird one.
Okay,
Would you
fine.
rather snow or rain for Christmas?
Ooh.
Snow. You
Really?
want rain?
You know what? When I think
that.
about snow, I always think about the cleanup.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the aftermath. The
So,
first
like-
day when it's snowing, it's all romantic and cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can play snow fights, make a snowman, make snow angels.
That
I
doesn't
don't
last
do
long
that.
in
I
New
do not
York.
make snow angels. Let me like that.
You have snow angels in your braids. Are you sure?
The brain's going out that day. It's fine. With a hat on.
Okay.
No, I'm not making snow
I'm not
angels for
making no
nobody.
snow
I'm not
Those
gonna
braids are
lie.
gonna be heavy. You try to like cover them up.
Yeah. Okay, so the next segment of the podcast is our exhibit, where we kind of shout out anyone who's creative, who's inspired you or influenced you, who you think you just want to put on, who maybe not everybody knows about. So mine is this artist by the name of Amanda Oleander. I don't know if I'm saying it properly. She's a really cool contemporary artist. She does these she's LA based. She does these illustrations, but they have such deep meaning. like she touches on like key topics, like for example my favorite piece of hers is a relationship one where she's on the bed, no, her boyfriend is sitting on the bed and she's standing in front of him. They both have plants growing out of their heads. Hers are like upright and like healthy, and his are like withering and kind of suffering, and she's pouring water on his plants on his head. And it's just her illustrations are so symbolic of like different things we experience in life, and she's really good. She's on Instagram, check her out.
My pick for the exhibit today is an amazing, talented spoken word artist, as well as a director and photographer named Jalade. He is so lit, and he recently came out with like this piece called Ask Me, and he kind of describes it as like a poetry film for like writers. It's like so cool. There's like one single line, I just have to say it. It was like the line I love was, ask me if my pen ever feels heavy, I'll tell you that my inkwell is full of near-death experiences. But I've always looked like I mean it. And I was like, oh man, you know me, being a like wordsmith, I love things like that. And like even the visuals itself is like set in this like place where there's like lots of notebooks and pens and different artists that inspire him himself. And it had me thinking about like things that inspire me and as a writer and challenge me as a writer. So that is my pick for the exhibit today.
Okay, check him out.
Can I do more than one?
Sure,
go ahead.
Of course.
Go away.
All right, so they're actually a couple of my friends. The first person his name is Simone, and the majority of people that I'm gonna name, like, they do R&B, but it's just a variation of R&B. So Simone is SAMO. Oh God, TH. Okay. The nerve of me to not be able to spell somebody's name right. He's actually on tour in the U.S. I have another friend. His name is Devin Tracy. And I'll give you guys the links.
Oh yeah,
to
definitely.
I feel like everybody would really like. Have you heard of him?
It rings a bell.
Probably. He's done a lot of stuff with Soul Action.
How has it been in creative yourself and having lots of creative people around you just to like constantly like fuel your own creativity?
I mean, I kind of like, I took a step back from music for about a year. And to be back in it, because, you know, once you remove yourself from something, you come back, things are different because everybody is moving without you and, you know, doing their own thing.
People need to stop moving without me. It's like, chill. Like, can I take a break and nothing happen?
Right?
I'm joking.
I think we all wish for that. It's just like, that's not how that's going to
I'm
work.
like, people gonna miss me. I'm gonna do my big comeback, and people are like, no, you got to rebuild yourself, everything again.
Literally. So I mean, it's good to like come back with a fresh pair of eyes and to like, from when I left, look at where everyone was to like where they are now.
That's inspiring to see other people's journeys as well. Yeah,
because I went to Simone's show, and like I remember when he was telling me he was gonna leave his job and he's gonna go on tour, and he just had like a sold out show, I think in like Texas.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's lit.
And I've been to the majority of his shows, so like I know his songs, I know his sets, and you know, just to see that progression is like. I got a little choked up a little bit. I was like, I'm very proud of you, yo. He was like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming. And I was like,
that's why I always like love this podcast, because we get to hear about different artists like that as well, and actually hear about different people's stories. That's like lit, because we constantly trying to inspire ourselves as well, and just kind of being plugged into creativity, and you can find creativity like in any format, but yeah.
So, because we have an American in the room, it's quite hard to not have a UK versus American topic. I don't even know where to start. We can start with food. How about that?
Okay.
Let's it in.
And let's keep it festive, because we're like...
They're like... Sorry for saying they, but it's just American.
I'm not offended at all.
Oh God,
Those Americans
how
there.
offended I get when people say they.
Listen, it depends on the context.
Yeah, it's true.
Like,
actually,
why are they always like that? What do you mean?
No,
like,
it just feels like. Okay, let me say my take on it. Because we're British and this is England, I feel like this is the English country. So when I hear Americans' interpretations of things, it's just a bit. It's so different. You're like, why did that need to change?
Well, even like, it's funny because my mom was like, we were watching something in the hotel and she was like, they eat a lot of turkey here for Christmas. I said, yeah, because they don't have Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
I was like, everybody kind of moved over there, and that's.
Oh, so you guys don't have turkey as your classic thing for Christmas?
No, I think we just. I don't eat a lot of turkey.
You have a little bit.
Because it's like a little bit. But I think it's more of a bigger thing to eat turkey for Christmas. I may be wrong.
So what's a classic Christmas meal in America?
All right, so my parents are Guyanese.
Mm-hmm.
So, ham.
Okay.
Okay then.
But I'm trying not to eat too much meat, so I probably would skip the ham. But yeah,
Okay.
ham.
What do you have it with? I know you guys have like what's the
Potatoes?
American stuff? The beans,
Green
Like
beans.
collard
You guys eat a lot of
collard
like,
greens.
Is that a thing?
That's the thing. Like that's American. That's like Southern American.
Yeah.
So you remember, like I'm a first
Oh.
generation. So for me,
Yes.
for the holidays,
Yeah.
we eat a lot of like traditional foods. Even
Interesting.
for like Thanksgiving and like Thanksgiving we do turkey and then we do like traditional food.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, like Christmas we do ham and then like
Okay.
kind of everything else. Mac and cheese is very big.
Yes.
Love me some mac and cheese.
Yeah, I love
Check in.
cheese.
Is mac and cheese a main for you or a side dish?
Oh
for
my
you?
god!
Let's just to get
I
this
saw
right.
that. I saw it in some movie. It's a
Yeah, but it's two
a
different
side.
things.
It's a side
It's a
for
side.
me.
No, because chicken. Some places is a main. Just chicken. You know, it's a side for me, but it's not a. It's
My
not a
main
side
has
for
to have
a
meat.
whole. No, like a main would be like rice, but a side is like
Oh.
rice and mac and cheese
I see.
and chicken and meat.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Where some people be like, no, mac and cheese is the main meal. But that might be.
I need that to be the side.
There's a British culture and there's also like a black British culture underneath that. So it's subsections within that. Okay.
You know what's funny? Because I've listened to a couple of like English podcasts.
Yeah.
And
Which ones do you listen to?
Spot.
Oh,
I
sorry,
can't
sorry.
tell you like
Yeah,
off the
yeah,
bat,
yeah.
but I don't know. I follow like a lot of like black
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can like automatically tell the difference. You know how you can tell the difference between like, a person of color, how they speak. I was listening to like the TV and I just turned and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm right.
It's like we just know who we are, like no matter where area. Even
so
when you see
true.
like, even I can even tell if it's different language. I'm not gonna lie. When I was in France, I can tell black French people versus
Really?
white French
Oh.
people.
Really?
Yeah, I felt it in my soul. I can feel it. I can feel it. Like didn't have to speak the same language, but we understood each other.
That's so funny. So you guys call. So we say chips.
Yeah, chips.
So our actual. No wait. I'm confusing myself. So our crisps, our packet of crisps.
Oh, was about crisps.
Americans call chips, and then you guys call what we call chips. You guys call fries. It's so confusing. And then we say sweets,
And it's just candy.
and Americans say candy.
Yeah. But it's sweets though.
Because you guys are proper. Like, we're just, we're the people like, all right, we're going to make this whole Thanksgiving thing out. We're going to do all these extra things and then just run with it.
It probably evolved over time because I don't know. It's just
What?
interesting, like the way we refer to things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys just completely just changed up the English language because you felt like it, right?
Basically.
That's basically what I
I mean,
was
if
saying.
we want to be technical, we kind of just got forced into that.
Oh, that is yeah. If we want to go there, if we
Thrust
want
into that.
we want to go there.
So have
But
you?
you know what's
I
funny
mean,
too?
I'm Nigerian, so I don't know what to talk about.
Guyana used to be British Guyana.
Really?
Guyana's only about 53 years independent of,
Okay.
of English.
So once independent, the British
They were the
title
last to
wasn't there
colonize
anymore.
Nigeria.
Okay.
There's quite a lot of places like that though. Ghana's only been independent for. I mean, let me not even lie. Let me not do my history, but I know it's about around the 50 years plus
Yeah, I think-
mark. So
yeah.
just
Yeah.
Nigeria.
If you think about it, like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
It is a bit interesting.
That's a whole nother podcast. If I
Oh,
go into
yeah.
colonization, if I go into
Don't get me
colonization,
started.
because even since Thanksgiving, I was like, about that. Anyways, let me not start. Let me not start right now.
Have you heard any slang words yet? That British slang words that you're not. Can you think of any?
Can I think? Oh, I mean, I don't naturally say slang words. So
Yeah.
anything I say, you got like.
But we know
listeners
what
might
they
laugh
mean.
at me. Like, do you know what the word peng means?
I really don't know any slangs.
Peng just means you're nice looking.
Yeah, good looking.
I'm like,
So what would you guys say for good? Maybe hot.
Looking like a joint, I guess.
Oh,
Looking like a joint.
Or
like a
like you looking alright
joint.
kind of thing.
I like looking like a joint. I'm not just that. I'll be like, I'm gonna just post like looking like a
And
joint.
you know what's
and
crazy?
that.
Like in Philly, like in Philadelphia, they're
Yeah.
like a joint. So it's like JAWN.
JAWN.
I can't even say it. Like I
Looking
don't.
like a John. A John.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it.
No,
properly.
no, that's right. A John.
A John.
Yeah.
John.
Listen, once you get into like those, I feel like heavily populated
Yeah.
regions and stuff like that. Like everybody's just like, let's make this whole other vernacular up. And I'm
It's
just gonna
amazing though how
just
it's
gonna run
like
with it real quick.
endless. Okay. What about butters?
That's the only butter I know is like.
So that's like someone who's ugly, basically.
Oh, like
even-
Butterface.
Ye-
Like
No,
I like
no,
everything
no.
like Butterface.
No,
That
she
makes
just butters,
sense,
but it's not a butter face because a butters person could have no body or face.
Like
Because
butter,
but her
like
face means everything is
butters.
nice but her face, right?
Yeah.
And then butters completely means the person's ugly.
You just finished.
There's no buts to
But
it.
do we say butters anymore though?
I hear it a bit.
Do you?
Okay, actually, what I hear is clapped. Which
Yeah,
I really
clap.
don't
That's
like
what I
that
hear.
word.
Clap. That's
It's
the
so
word.
horrible.
I hear like,
You know what clap means? Like for me, like from Brooklyn, like yo, he got clapped last night. Like
oh, like
yeah.
I'm doing gun
Like
signs.
shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
But people
That's.
don't really use that. But like if
Yeah.
someone were to say that to me at home,
Oh,
like,
that's interesting. So imagine we be like, a person clapped, and they be like, oh no, what happened to them?
But
like, oh, I'd be like, God just didn't bless them with lips. I'd be like, but why'd they get clapped though?
there's a running joke because you know, like New Yorkers say like dead ass or like I
Yeah.
dead saw your mom.
Yeah.
yesterday. So like I don't even know where that came from.
Do you know what's funny about this whole dead thing? Because when people say like a funny joke or something like that, people be like, oh, I'm dead. I don't want to say that because I'm
Yeah.
scared of like the repercussions behind the word you
It's a
say out loud.
manifestation.
Yeah.
But we use that word as well, but in a different way. Like, oh my gosh, that was so funny. Like, I'm dead. Like,
Yeah,
that's how we say
We
it.
say that too, but I try not to say that. I just say like, yo, I'm done.
Yeah.
That makes more
I say I'm
sense.
done. I'm finished. I'm done. Oh, my
Yeah.
face would be like, the laughter in me is just gone.
So do you have any slang words you can teach us? Or street words?
Brooklyn in the house.
I think
Bronx.
like the one that I
What's the
do the
Bronx?
most is like you, like you're. You never heard that?
No.
We do that a lot. Like if you come, like if I see you walking down the street, like yo, you're, and somebody turn around. But sometimes, depending on where you are, you gotta like turn around slowly to be like, you know, because people would do that to like be malicious and then catch you, kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So I think that's more of like a Brooklyn thing though,
Okay.
because I do that a lot of times.
So I did like, oh, crap.
Oh, you still can't do it.
Oh my gosh, why did this be like this? I'm trying.
It's all right. It's all right.
Oh, crap.
And I'm pretty sure people from the Bronx, like they have their own thing.
Yeah, actually.
To be fair, like, you're down in London right now, you're going to Birmingham later. Like, Birmingham themselves have their own type of slang and their own different
Sure.
language. Psh, Birmingham have their own different language. That's what I believe.
We have like more urban slang.
No,
and-
Birmingham have urban slang as well. But
No, I mean like just in general. There's like
Yeah.
a more urban slang, and then there's the more street
like-
slang, like quid, for example.
Yeah.
How we say money.
MS Cockney slang and there's
Yeah,
all different.
exactly.
So, yeah.
You said company saying?
Cockney.
Cockney.
Cockney. Like, you know, those British, like, okay, I can't do it. Let me not try it. Let me not
Is
even
this
try
like
it.
how do you describe it? Like
I don't know.
Like a very proper.
no, it's not proper. It's far from proper.
Oh.
It's
It's not the black section of slang. It's like, it's not though.
Hipster.
something like that.
Gotcha.
Venus,
What did Nina do exactly?
that was so funny.
What did she
Okay, so we did food, we did slang. What else can we talk about in UK versus US?
Music.
Yes.
I feel like the music over here is just like it's always been on point.
Go girl.
Ah.
I've always felt like
Now
that.
you know.
That's interesting.
Now-
I've always
know.
felt like that, and it's
I mean, I'm
crazy.
surprised you said that because I actually would have thought
Yeah.
that Americans like downplayed like
That's what I
British
thought
music.
as well.
That's what I personally thought.
Maybe non-musical people. I don't know.
No, because like obviously, I'm trying to think of a genre.
What, UK or US?
UK and US. So obviously like
Garage.
UK, like garage. Garage. I'm gonna say like garage. Garage music, grime music, stuff like that. How does that scene look in the US? Like,
I think that's like a specific
okay,
kind of like
yeah.
scene. Like I don't know of a lot of people that listen to grime
Yeah.
music.
Another reason why I feel like we always get downplayed because I feel like our singers don't get big until they've cracked America. If that makes sense. Like LMA, for example, R&B singer, soulful singer, she has to be recognised in the US before for her to get that huge recognition in general. Even though she's a UK artist, but I think they're starting to even position her as like more American, even though she's UK
Yeah.
based.
Well, remember, like she was recruited by Mustard.
Fair play,
Mustard's
yeah.
from the South.
Yeah,
That's a
fair
whole
play.
different sound too.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know she was English until she spoke on the record. Like I wouldn't have even known.
Yeah,
I was
didn't
like,
know either.
this is her. Okay.
Okay.
But the problem is that, especially being from New York, I think you gotta remember, like some Americans, the world is just America.
Yeah,
Very true.
I agree.
I heard most of you guys don't have like passports. I'm allegedly.
No, they do.
Passports?
They need it
heard.
to travel between states, don't
No, they
they?
don't.
You don't need a passport to travel between states.
No, we have our state
Interesting.
ID.
Yeah, so a lot of that's what I heard. Like a lot of Americans compared to other countries don't have passports because everything's in America. I read it somewhere.
If we travel like state to state, we can just travel with our IDs.
Yeah, that's the same with
that's
the UK
really
because
good.
we go Scotland and back with just our ID and things like that. So
Okay.
We used to be able to do it with Canada, but you know, people gotta mess stuff up. But yeah. I feel like outside of America, everyone makes it their business to know what's going on in the world. Even like if I go and visit like my cousins and my aunts and uncles in Canada, they're like, yeah, so what's going on with so-and-so? And they have like a very good understanding of what's going on. Here, I kind of just have to like, wait, what's going on? Who's responsible for this and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like we have BBC, but a lot of people, I feel like they rely on like their local news and then that's it. And being that it's like state to state and even in New York, like they have borough-wide news.
yeah,
It's very like specific and people don't make it like their business to know what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
So I feel like that translates into music as well. They don't really make it.
because you got your own sound. And I mean, America is a beast of like a country. It's so huge in comparison to UK. So like
Maybe that's what it is. Because I can never understand like what the big like hype about everything is.
There's a huge hype. Everyone is so concerned with America.
yeah, because I think
Everything.
But I think there is going to always be a lot more variety there because of the scale and the size of what America is. And obviously, most times in America, what I've seen most artists do, they try crack their area first. Like if you're from Philly, you try crack Philly, and then you crack New York, and then you spread a field. But if you crack like New York alone, you've basically cracked everywhere because it's like
That's crazy
the
because
size of what it is.
I feel like the unspoken formula is to like go abroad, like go abroad, go to Europe, break here, and then come back home. Especially
Really?
and especially like New York. New York is something.
That's good to know. I didn't know that.
New York is the last stop.
Yeah.
We see it as
For
you
me.
haven't made it until you've cracked America. Once you've cracked America, you've basically blown huge.
I still think people made it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm actually for the UK scene. I'm actually more appreciating UK artists more just because we actually are starting to birth a lot of different artists, like an R&B music scene, and I'm embracing regardless if they've cracked America or not. Like if they're playing, that's who I'm listening to.
Yeah.
I like the UK sound. I like our accents and stuff like that.
That's
and
the difference,
we're changing
though.
the context of how we break it because beforehand it'd literally be like, unless you cracked America, you haven't made it. Now we're like, let's just own who
Here.
we are.
Yeah.
Let's own our own space, embrace who our space, and we cracked it in our own little area. And then, God willing, you guys start to recognition. Like whenever we see like Stormzy's get recognition in America, we're like,
Yeah,
go
exactly,
Stormzy. But
yeah.
obviously, I don't know how big Stormzy is out in America. Like you don't.
But I'm not a good reference as far as like knowing people's names. I might have like, is that an artist?
He's an artist. Yeah, he's
I'm like
rapper.
the worst person. Like I might have heard the song. I'm like, who's that? Okay, good.
Big for your boots. No, yeah, big for your boots.
You gotta.
I'm not gonna sing it.
You gotta
sorry.
play
I'm
it.
gonna sing it.
Play
I'm not
it.
gonna sing it. I'll play for you later. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. And then being from New York, like you know what the thing is too. Like I feel like you guys are more supportive of your artists here.
Okay.
No.
We don't have that.
Really?
We don't have
How
that
do you
in New
mean?
York. Like other places, like Atlanta, they're very supportive of their artists.
Yeah.
Like you know, when people,
Atlanta does seem like the place to be.
and they have their own sound. And the sad part about it is that everyone from New York sounds like they're from Atlanta. Look at A$AP Rocky. Look at all these. What's his name? Ace Boogie with the hoodie.
Okay.
Ace Boogie. Oh God, Ace Boogie with the.
Ace
And all
Boogie
these-
with the
They
hoodie.
don't sound like they're from New York. Nobody wants to like continue
Own
that
sound.
like boom bap sound. If anything, like I feel like every foreigner, they are keeping that alive.
Yeah.
Hip hop is huge in Japan.
Yeah. Definitely
Oh,
Japan's the
yes,
place to
I
crack.
heard.
Yeah. And when it, like, there's certain movies that are still playing just because of Japan and China. Fast and Furious and Transformers is one of those.
What?
Because that area is so big for Transformers and Fast and Furious. I'm not trying to talk about movies, but no offense to Transformers, who's still watching that? But I think it came number one in
No way.
like China. In the UK, it weren't playing that well, and in the US, I don't know what the
Well,
numbers
China's
were.
filtered.
Whereas
And-
Fast and Furious, that thing is still living.
That's
How?
crazy.
Like he's gonna be. They're now doing spin-offs for next year, like rock, and that's all because of that area. So if you do from a music scene, that's how they're playing in movies. From a music scene, imagine that kind of continuity.
I do know somebody from Japan following me was like, "Hey, I love your music." Blah,
Oh,
blah, blah.
wow,
that's
you
so
need to go out
cool.
there.
Yeah, I need to.
They like look match as well. They'll be like, I want to dress like RKHTY. Like, so
the way that they keep the culture alive is it's amazing.
Yeah.
And the thing that we have to look out for now is like, how is this gonna translate into other countries who have more of a hold on their people? Because I know China, they don't play that. Like, they want to really kind of like filter out hip hop. I think some hip hop artists, he was like kicked off of like national TV and stuff like that. But I think he was like cursing a lot though.
Really?
Putin, he wants to like really filter out hip hop because it's becoming very popular over there. And they're like, relax. Relax.
Politics getting into music.
Listen, once they see it, like once you make that translation through, and especially for our generation, they're like, no, let's figure out how we can like stifle this real quick.
Is there any UK artists that you do like?
I have a couple of people that I listen to. I like Georgia Smith.
Smith.
Yeah.
Love her.
It took me a while to get into her, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Because I'm not like the biggest fan of like the ambient kind of R&B that I feel like is very like popular over here.
Yeah.
You know,
I
know
know
what
he's
you
lit.
mean.
What am I saying? My friend's the drummer for Georgia, but yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he's pretty lit as well. Her sound is pretty cool.
Also, I did want to talk about like men and dating.
Trash. No, I'm just
So it's across the whole world then.
Oh yeah, they trash no matter what language they speak, wherever it is that you are.
No, I don't want to hear that.
You guys heard Lost One, right? Okay.
But yeah, American guys, they seem hotter than other guys.
Okay, one thing, because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of UK girls say this. They're like, nah, the men in America are different levels,
And
blah,
France.
blah, blah. And I don't play those games. I think our men are just as fine, Jen.
No,
I think our men
No, I
are
don't
just as
agree.
fine. Like,
So you think they're the same height as the guys in
we
America?
birthed Anthony Joshua. Hello, who's finer than
Anthony
Anthony Joshua
Joshua's a rare
in
breed.
this world? In this world,
He's a rare breed.
Wasn't somebody? Weren't you saying that? Like someone was telling me that they feel like the guys over here are taller.
What, over here?
in the UK?
Excuse me, can you continue standing as you were over the UK? You don't get to black petrol
No,
now.
I'm not gonna lie. You guys have different water there. Different air.
No, I think there's something
yeah,
different.
it's polluted. That's why.
No, different air, different water. Your men
I
come
went
out
out.
tall. You guys have basketball, like the whole reaching in the plate. Like no, American men are
that's
taller
it.
than what you
I
guys
think
have.
you guys like the persona and like the swag of the guys.
I love UK men, so
No, I still love UK men, but when I went to New York, it was a bit different.
okay.
And Paris as well has a different caliber
I
of
know.
men.
I felt the energy whenever.
It's
I saw
very
her. I was like,
different.
Hello, my
Really?
brother.
I guess I don't know. I wouldn't say I take them for granted, but it's more of like, yeah. And especially being from Brooklyn, you gotta understand because Brooklyn is so dense.
Yeah.
It's like fight season over there. I feel like I have like this running joke is like I'm a hopeless romantic, but I live in Brooklyn.
Wait, why? What's it like? Tell us more.
It's just I find like guys don't like what they say and what they do.
Yeah.
Completely different things. It's just like
So
why
my
can't
God.
you just be honest? Like I'm okay with being honest,
Yeah.
but I feel like they don't think that you would be able to handle a certain level of honesty.
Yeah, men in the UK.
And I just
Same.
like, and especially this year, it's just like, you just asked me to be honest.
And then,
Like, yo, I'm talking to somebody else. Oh, word? That's how you feel? Like, but I thought we were gonna...
Oh, you know, we all know that the men's ego is a bit fragile. So, like, they say one thing that seems tough, but they're, like, kind of puppies slightly. Let's not lie.
But guess what?
You gotta be cautious on that line. And obviously, somebody else, I'm just not gonna tell you. Because the one time I told a guy and I was like... Because in my head, we would just start dating. It wasn't that deep. I expect you to stop dating other people.
Oh.
But
Did we have a conversation about this?
Are we boyfriend and girlfriend though? Like, honey. And I was like, no, I was the fool to tell you in the first place. But I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't have told him. I learned the hard way.
And then if you don't tell them, it's a different thing. And you just can't win. But it's always
If you
your
want
fault.
me, claim me in it. Don't play games with me. That's all I'm going to say. And if I don't want you, then take the hint.
So is winter like cuffing season as well in America? Is that just a thing here?
I feel like
Cuffing season upsets me.
Why?
Because everyone be like, oh, it's cuffing season. But me not being cuffed, so...
Listen,
like,
people still creep in the winter, okay? Let's not
I know,
get that confused, okay? I mean, I guess. I feel like it might be a real thing because I think summer is like, all right, let's zero in real quick. But for me, like, I'm minding my own business. I'm focusing on music.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think I'm like in a space where I'd be able to like find people to date because I work a lot. So I'm around the same people all the time. One thing I would say, don't date anybody in music or don't date anybody in your craft.
Why do they say that? Tell me about the music. What's wrong with musicians?
First of all,
does this apply to just men or men and women?
I'm not a singer, but I do poetry, spoken word, and I've done things like to music and things like that. So I've worked for producers, and I might date a producer once, and I regret it. Not regret it, but it's like I lost a producer from that. It's kind of sad. Yeah.
And I feel like no matter how, whatever kind of like space you're in, as far as like you think there might be a lot of people in that space, like whatever community you are, it's gonna be small.
Yeah.
Like you'd be surprised how small the music scene is in New York.
No, I don't know what it's like in New York, but like London's small, so it's small in London, like facts. So you just.
And these guys, they let it get to their head. You'd be like, you think these mainstream rappers are crazy?
Really? Oh god.
I can't take them serious. I'm like, yeah, okay. Hi, bye, see you later.
Yeah, I feel like with certain people, it's like once they've like probably got like one name under their belt, like maybe they produced or did something on somebody's track, they start getting a bit big for their boots a little bit, and it's like, no, I'm somebody, no, like I'm in the studio, like, you know what makes me laugh? I watch Love and Hip Hop, and A1 makes me laugh. I was watching him in an interview with Breakfast Club, and he was like, me, I can't remember what this girl's name's called, but he's like, me and her should get our own show. And I'm like, A1, who are you? Yeah, like we should get our own show. And I'm like, A1, who are you though? Sorry, if he's big in New York, I don't actually know.
No,
I'm like, I get it, you was on Chris Brown's song, blah, blah, blah. I guess he's decent out there. But you're not even the main show. And he's actually there telling Charlamagne, like, no, we should be getting our own show. Like, we are the show. I was like, rah, A1.
I know all of that.
Where'd you get this?
But you have to hype yourself. I mean, he's on the Breakfast Club, so, and where are we?
True. But thanks for humbling me, but quick.
No, I'm saying it from the standpoint of like a lot of these people too, like they have to put themselves out there, and that's a persona in itself being in reality TV. You really have to like
hone yourself in,
put yourself, really have to sell yourself.
And that's the thing I've learned, and that's oddly something I struggle with, which is so weird because I'm in marketing, but I struggle in promoting myself, like constantly plugging myself on certain things when I'm doing stuff, and I'm like, God, I'll do it. God, Bukendi's wearing her like jumper like right now, which is looking really lit. You'll see it in the face. But it's something you have to do to put yourself out there because you have to be your biggest promoter.
Nobody's gonna push you the way that you push you.
But I think that's the difference in culture again when you do the whole UK versus US thing, because here you kind of always have to act humble, even if it's really weird here. You can't really you can't think highly of yourself. I can't think of anyone.
That's how we're taught to think like that. Not that
that's actually the culture.
But our culture is very like solemn, like subtle, subtle in how everything is done. So even when someone's probably acting quite outlandish and things like that, that's probably not even the levels to what we see when we're out in America. When I've been to New York before, and everything there just seems to be on steroids. Like in comparison to London, you try to compare Times Square to Leicester Square, and it ain't the same. And Leicester Square is the most busiest spot for us in London, but it doesn't compare. And like Times Square is just your regular. I was on the subway in America. That's what it is, and like I swear every single train. No, it was in America, so it was the subway.
Oh, okay.
Every single train had a singer or something kind of bouncing and being lit as well, and it just had a different vibe compared to here. People would be like, "Can this person like get off the train?" Like,
the train is very quiet.
Everyone sees everyone as a hindrance, like you're trying to talk to them. Whereas in America, you have embraced a lot more how I feel.
So true. But I think that's probably why.
So we don't have any behaviors, I was just saying.
What I would say, to be politically correct, I think Americans are very free people.
Yeah.
A little bit too free for me.
You think so?
Yes. I remember when I went to New York, I loved it, but when I got back to London, I was like, oh, thank God. Because I was just like, I can't anymore. It's just everyone just does what they want.
Censored.
No, maybe because you live there
on TV, like.
You think you're censored?
She thinks they're censored.
What?
I think you guys are very
Stay
more
in London
like.
a bit longer. Stay in London a bit longer.
No.
She thinks compared to America that we're censored.
Here we're very about.
But you're censored.
We're very about rules and regulations. There's so many silent rules we don't even talk about. Even like, for example, being on the metro, there's like a rule of being quiet or not even eating, or there's all these little rules that we
I
have.
don't follow those rules.
We have all these little
I mean,
rules.
it depends on how I'm feeling. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And I've got a 2-hour journey. I will eat.
Of course you can eat, but if somebody came on with like a bowl of jollof rice and eating it, it's a bit weird.
No, don't do
but
that.
I did see that in New York, because it's like,
people are obnoxious though.
do you think they're obnoxious? I think
that's obnoxious. Like,
I think
I've seen
they're free.
people. No. It's obnoxious. Like, no one wants to get on a train that smells like fries and fried chicken. Like, I've seen people like bust out food, and it's just like, come on, like.
I like the freedom that I feel like they're a lot more free compared to how we behave here, and I really liked it. But at the same time, because I'm so used to how things are here, it's a very big change for me. So I was a bit this is different. But
New York,
it's nice,
there's nowhere else that would be like London, and there's nowhere else that would be like New York. Like everywhere has its like idiosyncrasy that like makes it.
I like that word, idiosyncrasy.
That's a nice word.
I learned that in Spanish. I was like, what's this word in English?
You learned Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I went to Dominican Republic earlier this
That's
year.
where I learned Spanish.
And it's Spanish men everywhere. Not Spanish men, it was Dominican, but yeah. But everyone speaking Spanish, it was lit.
Okay, so I still want to talk about men a little bit. So
Oh God. I don't know if
I
I'm
want to get
necessarily
as much from you as possible.
Yeah, so we want to
I don't
anything
know
about
if I'm
American
necessarily
men.
the best person. Well, let me see.
Oh wait, first of all, if you date women, it's completely fine. We can
No.
talk about that as well.
No, it's not even that.
Don't
It's
mind
just-
going there.
I'm not. I think people have this conception like I'm dating everyone, and I just no.
but-
I'm talking about people in general,
Yeah.
like of me, and it's just like I'm home, like I'm in my bed,
Oh,
like
yeah, I hear
kind of
that.
thing.
It's
So
true.
I'm not like a serial dater,
You don't. Oh, neither am I. But you can
And-
still speak on your experience.
which is I'll try.
Okay, so dating.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys usually split the bill, or like is there a culture on that?
I think from the guys that I've dated, they've usually like taken care of it.
Okay.
For the most part.
And you
Men
usually
behaviour. Nice.
and
Yeah.
do you usually like are dates usually from what you've experienced? Are they usually like somewhere you fancy or normal, or because in the movies I see people go to like diners and stuff and it seems really cute.
It depends on like the type of person that you are, the type of vibe that you're going for. Like for
Okay.
me, if I'm dating someone for a while
Yeah.
and he keeps getting the bill, like I'll at least try
Yeah,
to like, get the tip or something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
or I'll try to like treat him once in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
But because most of the guys know that I'm an artist, so they're
Yeah.
like, get your broke ass out. I'm like, all right, I got it. Like, you know what I mean? So it just depends on the type of person that you're dating. Like depending on the vibe that you're going for, like a diner, it might not be a bad thing.
So
but
what would you like then if you were going
I
on
think
a date?
I would want to be like more laid back. Like something formal is something that would be
Yeah,
planned ahead.
yeah,
Like no one wants
Yeah.
to. You're already nervous on a date.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to just do
Too much.
And I'm clumsy, so so it's more of like, all right, let's not spill this and let's not do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, I
I
get
agree
that.
with you
I
on
get
that
that.
So yeah.
But then another conception I have about American men, so you can clear this up from what you understand.
You gotta remember too, like people are different cultures. Like,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you see America as like a whole. Like,
Yeah.
Southern men.
Men are different. It's like the
It's
guys
just
up in
like,
North and New York and
hey,
stuff like
don't
that.
lift this up. Like, let me
Yeah.
get the door for you.
Oh,
Even-
love that.
Really?
Yeah, they're very like,
Mentality.
Okay, that's interesting.
let me get this for you, kind of thing.
Why is it so different in the South?
It's just the culture of it all.
It's quite different though. Like there was one point. Actually, we're not going to that right now.
Oh.
Because there was one point they weren't going to be the same America because they had different rule sets on different things. Like slavery, for example, split them, divide them quite well. From the history I'm learning, I'll act like I know how it is in America. But like obviously that time has passed, like from ages ago.
No,
but yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not there in it.
We're
But
not
I mean,
gonna go
there's
there.
lots of things where they were divided on and they sold different products and they were there for different like Southern America provided different materials versus North America, and so there's a different mentality. I've never been to Southern America, so I don't know. All I know is from what I watched, but I get what you mean. It's very different.
It's a different
Alabama's different from New York.
Like, they're very like, you go to the South and it's like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. How you
Yeah.
doing? Like, it's just a completely different feel.
Yeah.
And for the record, I just want to say, I feel like everyone has a misconception of New Yorkers. We are
Yeah.
not mean.
Oh, we're mean. It's fine.
I'm a very nice person.
People say Londoners are mean. Like everyone that comes
Really?
to, a lot of people say it. Like Londoners are not very
You know what
friendly.
it is? It's other areas that aren't London wish they were London, and it's their problem.
No, I think it goes back to what you were saying. We're not very friendly. So if you were to speak to a stranger,
That is true,
there's a
yeah.
good chance they wouldn't want to speak to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know we're friendly?
experience.
No offense, Milan. Maybe
They're
it might.
friendly?
No, they weren't
Oh, they're not
friendly. I don't know
friendly.
if it was a race thing or was this in my head. I
In
don't want
Milan?
to. Yeah, I don't want to put it as a race thing.
Yeah.
But I felt like just simple, like was in a very touristy area as well. I took my mum for her 50th earlier this year, and just simple like, oh sure, I don't know which direction to go somewhere. Blank face. First 2 times I was thinking like, oh maybe just they're busy, but when it happened like the 7th time, I was like, this is actually just plain out rude because I'm a tourist in their country.
Could it have been like they just didn't understand English, or
Like
It
if
could be.
I'm a really polite face. Like, hi, by the way. If I don't understand someone, I'm always like, oh, sorry, I don't speak your language. And I politely, like, try to explain to them I don't speak their
or
language.
they just straight stoic?
Straight, like, walk past me.
But I think it's culture.
Right.
Maybe that's their culture. Because, for example, in this country,
Yeah.
if you're, on the metro or tube or whatever, subway, sorry. Whatever
No,
you
in this
call it.
country, it's underground. In
If
their
someone's
country, it's
on a
subway.
tube, if someone's on the tube and they start acting out or doing something bizarre, everyone's going to act like you're not there. Literally not going to move. That's the thing we do in this
There's
country.
always one person.
I do that myself.
There's always another crazy person that goes shouts at that person.
Yeah, everyone's literally gonna. It's literally what it's our culture. It's weird how culture affects a whole group of people who live
Yeah,
together.
no matter
we
what
literally
race
will
it
not
is.
move because I've seen so many videos.
But you know
of
what?
things
I
going
won't lie
down.
though. I won't say anything unless they're affecting somebody else. So if they're shouting at somebody else, then I would say something. But that's my position. Because I've been in the train where,
Yeah.
oh bless, I was on the train one time and there was a guy who was clearly like homeless and like that. He was asking people for money, doing what he does. I think he walked past me and I kind of was just like, I didn't want to give him money because I wasn't in the headspace to give him money. But then one guy just started shouting at him and saying, why are you trying to ask me for money? F off, blah, 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 just slurring like racial slurs at him, cussing him, everything like that. So then at that point, I physically got up and I was like, I didn't even like talk to the guy who was shouting at him. I just kind of like calmed the guy down. I gave him a hug. I was like, don't worry, are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. Ignore that person. And then from me getting up, everybody else started shouting at the guy who was shouting at the person because I just felt like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he was homeless and he walked past me and I go with my God conviction. If God tells me to give someone money, I'll happily give a person money. But in my head, I wasn't even thinking like that. I probably even missed him. And it was just so sad. One guy was randomly shouting at him and nobody was saying anything. Like this guy was like defenseless. So I won't say anything unless you're making somebody else sad.
I think it's the same thing on the train though as well.
Yeah.
Like there was an incident recently where this lady and because there's certain parts of Brooklyn that haven't been gentrified, like you know when you're going to a certain part, like a certain set of people are gonna be there. So like I think it was like the D train, and like during that line, like throughout that line, there are a lot of like Asians that live there, right?
Yeah.
And there was a video where, and it even made the paper too. Like this Russian lady, she was like just being ridiculous and like shouting racial slurs. She ended up kicking this girl, spitting. Like it was this.
my gosh.
When I tell you, and spitting is a thing. Like
No, spitting is wrong.
spit
at me.
I would
We
lose my
might
mind if somebody
fight.
did that.
That like I think I'm trying not to be a physical person, but spit at me. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's like
It will
the
come
most
out of me
disgusting
right
thing
now.
that you can do. So
I
she
don't know
was
what come out
spitting
of
at
me.
her, and then this guy, he ended up like, just kind of like, he wasn't antagonizing her, but he was like videotaping her. She ended up like knocking his headphones out of his hand. He was like, yo, don't touch my headphones, you know, kind of thing. And she ended up spitting at him, and he just kind of like took her down with one hand, subdued her, and he pulled her off the train and waited for the police. Because she was really ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he made the paper. They call him like Platinum Man because that's like his username on I think like Twitter or something like that. But like stuff like that, I think it's similar to like, because nobody wants to be bothered. Like unless you're like really putting someone in danger, it's kind of like, all right, do what you gotta do and just like move.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Well, okay.
One last one. One last one. It's a question we've been asking, but I've been wanting to know. Because, okay, so one conception I do have about the culture in America is that it's a lot more sexually free. So I know people eat ass there.
No, wait, you know what? Yeah, it's the way you said it. I know people eat ass.
I know eating
Ass
ass
is an
is a
eating
thing. Is it like from your understanding, what you've experienced, is it like a proper common thing? Or
It's called the blank canvas. We're very open about
I
everything.
don't think so.
Oh, come on, it's in the music everywhere.
Whose music?
Who said he better eat the ass like groceries?
I don't think. But remember when she said that, it was like, oh, okay. It was a really big thing when she said that.
Okay, fair enough.
Because a lot of people were like, oh, I don't do that. It was.
Yeah.
So when they say eat the cake, is it the arse or
I don't know
the
what
other
cake
section?
is.
I think it's.
I thought it's for JJ.
So what are cakes?
Your butt.
Your butt. Okay.
Oh, it's not the. Oh yeah, that is cakes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's. I don't know these things.
But I don't feel like I hear a lot of music that has that in there.
It feels like such a
down like my timeline. I think it's like a taboo thing.
really. I got the impression that it was just normal there.
It's a taboo thing in the UK at the moment, but then we always late on stuff. So
Yeah, that's the thing.
because like 10 years ago it was like a taboo to like lick the vajayjay. Now it's not.
Well, it's still kind of it's not a taboo, but I feel like
Ain't a taboo.
I feel like black men are taking their time with that section though.
They are not.
There's still some black men that'll be like, oh, they'll never do that.
It's because they're over a certain age and they didn't get the memo.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
I feel like that's still taboo though.
In America?
Really?
Not.
The JJ.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, okay.
But
What, cakes?
Yeah, because the cakes.
I think so.
I think cakes will get into London like maybe in 20 years.
Oh my god.
Because I was thinking about it and I was getting a bit worried. I was like, is this going to become like a thing? Because I don't know if I can do that. I'm not sure.
I don't think that's a thing.
Oh my gosh. I was going to tell an intimate story, but it's not that deep.
What?
No, because I went for a wax yesterday.
That's always like nerve-wracking because it's like.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then because when they do that bit, I'm always like, she's probably like really knows me right now. So I couldn't imagine a partner being that close to me, but my waxing lady can be.
No, but it's a bit much for me. I feel like it is a bit of a thing in America, and I feel like America kind of influences a lot.
Yeah,
And I'm just scared.
my saying is when America sneezes, the whole world gets a cold.
Exactly.
It's not my saying. I think it's
That's-
everywhere,
it's the
but
truth.
it's the truth though.
So I feel like it's eventually going to become more and more of a thing, and the next you know, it's going to be like head. It just has to be on the menu, and
I think
not
you
looking
should.
forward to that.
I think you should only do what you personally want to do. If
Yeah,
you and your
I
partner,
can't. I was probably thinking about it. I was like, I
can't
don't think I can do this.
consent is sexy.
It's very sexy.
Yeah, I can't. I honestly can't say that I've like seen that or like heard about that happening. Because honestly, and you know what's crazy? I'm not on Twitter heavy.
No,
and I
I'm
feel
so
like,
bad on Twitter. It's so embarrassing. Like, I don't know why I have it.
and because I thought Twitter was something that would like fade away, and I'm like, oh, I should probably like
Yeah,
be a little
it's not
bit
going
more
anywhere.
vigilant. And like, I just kind of like look at my timeline to see what's going on. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming like maybe the people that I follow, that's not a thing for them,
Yeah.
or maybe that's just something that I don't see. But I can't say that that's a thing.
Cool. Wait, hold on. Let me just think. Is there any other sexual moves I'm curious about? I think that's it.
I'm not that sexual.
It's not. You don't have to be sexual, but you can be aware of what's going on.
And I think we're in our own bubble too. I think people don't realize the influence that they have
Yes.
on everybody else.
I agree with you.
I
fully
think with
agree
your
you.
partner, you should be 100% open to everything once.
But that's the thing. So if your husband's like, you know what,
Not
If my husband
everything.
wanted to try it, I'll try
I
it.
want you to eat the cake. That's the thing. So
If
it's
my
a
husband
bit,
wanted to try it, I'll try it.
you just said it with such.
If my husband wanted to try it, I will try it. It's my
There was
husband.
no like.
No, like
She's
when,
not even like scared.
She didn't even blink.
when,
I think she
when my
said-
husband wants me to try it, that's fine. If I don't like it, then my husband will love me enough not to do it again.
I think the problem is that a lot of people do that with just like on a one night stand.
Nah, fam.
But it's like your shit comes out of there. What the hell?
I'm aware.
What you can do though, like you can do things to make yourself feel comfortable first. Though, like there's lots of times when I was sexually a bit more promiscuous, like for example, first time giving head, if I didn't feel comfortable about it, I'd be like, okay, can we do it in the shower or something like that. So there's lots of things you can do to make yourself feel comfortable initially.
So what would you
What
do
do you-
to feel comfortable
You
to
know
eat
what?
ass?
Listen, yeah. When you're celibate for a while, when you have a husband, I don't know what life's gonna be like my husband, but I don't want to be in a position where I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So I want to let it be known that for my husband, I'll be free. But
Okay.
if I'm not comfortable with something,
So let's say your husband says to you, "All right, Mina, we've been together for 3 years. I love you. I love what we do, but I feel like we could take it to the next level. How do you feel about
scared what you're gonna
eating
say.
the cake? No, just eating the cake. Like
If
we
he
discussed
wants
it.
to eat the cake,
so
that's
what would you do to
fine.
feel comfortable?
What I mean, we can do
There
it.
might be listeners out there who are in the same position.
What I would advise, and
Yeah.
I don't know, but I would advise probably do it in it like in the shower or something, so you feel very clean at that moment in time. Your area is completely clean. Go into a bidet and make sure your area is nice and clean.
No, it does make sense.
Go and get a wax beforehand so everything's like nice and smooth. And by the way, that's something that men might want to do to me. I didn't say I would reciprocate. I'm saying
You said you would
no,
do
I
it.
didn't say that. I said
She's always backtracking.
but,
You said-
wait.
but again, that person being my husband, it'll be in the comfort of our personal relationship between us. We are free to do whatever we feel like doing.
100%, it's true.
He's my husband.
No, you're right.
He's my
100% right.
husband. Like, I love my husband. I don't even know who he is right now, but I know I love him. That's what he wants.
I think
He wants to eat it like groceries, baby.
I don't know about all that. But I think my biggest problem is that because so many people like do all these different things freely, like you don't really kind of save
Yeah.
yourself for like someone else.
Yeah.
And then people are just out here getting crazy with no kind of like protection. It's just like,
It's actually true.
Okay.
Because I feel like in the media especially, they could do something to help with that. Because whenever I'm watching a film and they're about to have sex, they don't put enough condom
Yeah,
scenes in to be
yeah.
like... They make it
Yeah,
seem
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay to just get with a guy that you just met and just do it with no condom on.
And they
no
make it
protection
feel
or
very
nothing.
normal.
Yeah.
So that like when you're in that situation, it's like, am I-
Yeah.
You know what I
exactly.
mean? It makes you second guess the fact of having protection.
True.
Yeah.
So true.
So, but what I was gonna say is like Atlanta. I have 2 female friends that moved to Atlanta, and I was like, and they're heterosexual, so I'm just like, hey girl. And Atlanta's known for like their gay population.
That's what I was gonna.
I
That's
didn't
my
know
story was
that.
gonna be.
So
I'll tell you
I'm
my
like,
story.
and even for the heterosexual men that are there, because there's so many women there, they have like their picking is
Yeah.
like off the wall. I think it's like either 3 or 5 to 1. 3 or
heard
5.
that.
When I went to Miami, like in Miami, it's a spot where like all the Americans go like during spring break or something like that, like key areas. And I remember sitting down with my friend, and then one other girl like crossed me. She was from Atlanta. She was like, "Oh, is that your-" like she was just wanting to hang out with us." She's like, "Is that your girlfriend?" And I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, "Oh yeah, that's my girlfriend. That's my friend."
Oh, no.
Because I was seeing things, and she goes, "Oh, like," she was telling me I'm really, really pretty and I'm really nice. I was like, "Oh, thank you." And I asked her what does she do, and she basically told me she was a dancer. So I was like, "Oh, I mean, I'm not wrong, yeah." In Miami, those dancers, that's a sport. They are lit. They're so lit. Like I was but what they do, they
They
deserve
work hard
it.
though. They really
What they
put it in.
But I didn't realize like when she was actually moving to me, because she obviously asked for a number, and I think she was trying to, because she thought that girl was my girlfriend, and later on I was like, "Oh no, I'm straight." She goes, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Well, maybe we meet up later." And I was like, "Oh, it's the first time I got hit on a girl." I felt very you know, free. I was like, girls got it, you know. Actually, no, it wasn't my first time, but you know, it was my first time in America, so it was like my girl wanted some of the London girls, you know.
What I would say is just like, just be careful, because these dudes out here lying. First of all, men and women, they just be lying.
Facts.
And
I lie sometimes too.
there's a there's a running joke that like now women are just as bad or even worse than men as far
I
as
agree with
like
that. I agree.
you know how we move, because it's like, all right, we're tired of this nonsense, like
Yeah.
let's keep it moving kind of thing. And I guess guys feel a certain type of way, but what I would say is that I feel like women are more forthcoming with what they want, and they have like a lot of kind of like a go-getter attitude, and they don't necessarily like, from what I've seen from my friends, it's more of like yeah, I don't even need this dude. Like I have one friend, she's like, yo, I get so turned off by and she's heterosexual, but she's just so done with just the way that these guys are moving. She's like, yeah, I don't even,
Oh, bless.
I don't feel no type of way. And I was like, dang, like I don't want to feel like that, but
Hopefully it's a phase.
You know,
I hope so too.
So one thing I actually want to talk about, earlier you were talking about like in relationships, and because you're so busy and things like that, like it's hard to even start different relationships. I want to talk about side hustle struggles. So you sing. Do you do anything? Is that your full time, or is that something you do on the side?
No, that is, it's my full time, yes.
Yeah.
But like I have a part-time job.
Yeah.
And I think like starting from like end of August to up until like last month, so November, I was working 2 jobs.
Wow.
So I was working from
wow.
like 9:30 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Wow.
and that was 5 days a week. Yeah. So I was like, I gotta go, because I literally, like, I was just so tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I can't keep doing this. Like, I left my other job and I was like, I gotta go. Like, and I liked working there, but for this point in my life, at this stage, I feel like, you know how easy it is to get comfortable?
Don't preach to me, baby. Listen.
So, you know, and to step out on something that you know for the most part that you're good at,
Yeah.
and to like take that risk, it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and to go into the unknown is like very uncomfortable. So for me, I was just like, yo, I have to do this. So like I took a step back, and they were just like, you know, is it okay? Like, are you okay? Like, did we do anything? It was a really good job for what it was. I was like, no, I'm going on tour. For me, I put that out there because I would like to go on tour next year.
Do it.
And
are you connected to Sofa Sounds, by the way?
No.
I'll talk about it afterwards. They're really. I'll talk you about it afterwards.
So far?
Yeah, so far. Do you know about So Far?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a debate in itself.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
Oh, why?
So,
so
side
you-
note, so I've never performed, but I know a couple people who have.
I have, yeah, as well.
And a couple of my friends, I think the struggle for being an artist, for being a singer, from what I've seen, is that people don't take you seriously as a musician.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
Right? Rappers always want to get paid. Every other musician wants to get paid. Producers, engineers, they want to get paid. But let a singer ask to get paid, and it's more of like, well, why would you need to do that? Like, that's something that you could do. That's something that you could do easily. You know, people who have come to me and be like, yo, can you hop in this record? Yeah, but I only record here, and this is my fee.
Yeah.
So why are you trying to? Why are you being?
No, be
why
true
you
to
like
yourself.
that?
You know what your standard is.
Yeah.
You know what your standard is. Like, if people come to you, they either take it or leave it, and you politely tell them, this is my fee, by the way. And you can negotiate sometimes. Nothing wrong with negotiating, but you know where you're going. Yeah.
But there's certain people that feel entitled for you to sing on their track, and it's a good look for you. No.
Exposure as your payment, isn't it?
No. Let's not do that. You know, people are turned down and it's like, oh, well, I have this plug and this plug. That's great. That's nice, but I need to pay my bills too.
Yeah.
So let's not get this twisted. And there's a fine line between like being nice, which is what I struggle with people taking advantage, and then you being, you know, this beat. I don't know if you guys can like.
I feel like you have to be a bitch, but I feel like you have to be everywhere because people will always try you in any industry, everywhere. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
I've had a couple of times where, and it's not even like I've paid people to be at rehearsal.
Yeah.
Yo, where's your pianist? Oh, he's at this and this literally happened to me like the year before last.
Yeah.
Oh, he's at this church gig because he's getting paid more, and it's
But it didn't
more
want to
important.
tell you. Wow.
And you've already paid? Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm not paying you much, but respect the fact that I'm paying you, and I asked you to be here at a space for rehearsal that I'm paying for.
Yeah.
But guess what? We're cool, but I would never use them again.
That's the thing. You've messed up for
Like,
yourself.
When
me,
you
like, I
shine
would
bright,
never-
you'd be like, well, where
I would
where
never
were
do this
you?
again.
Exactly.
Where were you? Oh. No.
So I think like and that for one of my goals for 2019 is to definitely be more business oriented.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people think that because you're an artist, you have to struggle. You have to struggle. You have to be poor. And it's just like, no, we're the people that are pushing the culture forward. Why can't we be paid for what we're contributing?
Yeah. Facts.
And as far as like so far, like, somebody that like one of my friends that I follow, her whole thing was that apparently, like, because I've never done it, but apparently, like, you're only paid like $100 to perform.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have these ticketed sales for like $20 or something than that. So why can they afford to pay you more when it? And I don't think it's like a
$20 out there in London. Like tickets to be like £5 to be cheaper.
I feel like it's definitely more than $5 in New York.
Yeah.
But
So they can afford to pay you more, but they choose
and
not to.
you're not singing for like 10 minutes.
You know, you're doing like
singing,
4 to 5 tracks.
You're
It'll be like
singing for a
3-4
good amount of
minutes.
time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you probably have like a 20-minute set or something like that. I mean, I only said it because like if you're going to do like a tour around the world and stuff like that and you're plugged into them, then if they have something in like Luxembourg or something like that, they can be like, oh, by the way, I'm going to be down here at this time. Is there a gig you can put me on? So
And
that's
I know
why it's a
people that
good,
have done that
like
too.
it's a good like thing to be part of.
And they've plugged other people in for like shows that they're not necessarily above.
Yeah.
You just have to really set
I'm
that
quite lucky
standard.
as well. As a spoken word artist, it's just me that gets paid. Whereas like when my friends do a full band set, try paying every single person, that $100 split ain't gonna go very far, is it now? So for me, it's a bit different because I'd be by myself. Sometimes I might get like a pianist or something like that with me, and it's more just kind of like, it'll be more an opportunity if I want to sell my own stuff or kind of plug my own things. I like trying out new material because it's a very intimate setting and things like that. I'll still plug you onto them though.
Of course.
You just have to really like, depending on where you are in your career.
Yeah.
Like there's certain shows that I won't do, and
Yeah.
I'd rather like curate my own shows.
Yeah.
But certain people that are starting out, that might be a good thing for them to do, but you really have to like set your standards. I remember like doing shows and like paying a guitarist like every single time at least $125.
Yeah.
And he won't take anything less. Like, I don't know about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And am I getting paid for those shows?
Wow.
Exactly. So that's $125 coming from me.
Yeah. See, this is what I want to talk about regarding like side hustle struggles. So actually, Jen, what's your side hustle struggle? Just so like we get in the room, get to listeners know what each person does and stuff.
Okay, so
Side hustle, not your side hustle struggle. What's your side hustle?
Okay, what the side hustle?
Yeah,
okay, so
in general.
I'm in fashion. I have a brand called Blanc. I started it from the ground up.
Really cool accessories.
Yeah, I make accessories, and I'm planning to design clothes again. I've been doing this for years. But so you want to know what my struggles are, or?
Yeah, like in general, like what's your struggles about?
I think my main struggles. I mean, there's so many struggles with starting something. I think first of all, something I struggled with is imposter syndrome and knowing my worth. You get a sense of every time I release something or do something big, like just before I got the website up, I was really anxious because you're like, is it any good? Is it crap? Are people gonna like it? Blah blah blah. And it's weird because I saw an interview where Beyonce was talking about when she first released her self-titled album and how she was
a
really
Beyonce interview where?
not an interview,
Sorry,
sorry,
I love
but she was it was one of her performances and she
Yeah.
was talking about it. And she was like how before she released her Beyonce album that she was having all these fears that people gonna like it. It's like it's something that a lot of people, creatives especially, suffer from. So that's definitely one of my struggles. I think another struggle that I did have but I've come to terms with is support.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I receive support from my closest people.
Okay, interesting.
I feel like it tends to be people who don't know you that support you more than people you know. In my
Which is
experience,
the most bizarre thing.
Yeah.
it's not not everyone has that experience. There are some people who do have like family and friends who really go hard for them, but if I'm being absolutely honest about my experience, I feel like I didn't receive the support that I would have liked. So that was quite an eye opener. But a lot of entrepreneurs have experienced that as well.
Yeah.
And I would just say managing time and juggling everything that you're doing. So just for example, doing your 9 to 5 and coming home and then committing yourself to your side hustle as well. That's just something that I had to try. I still try and manage because sometimes I'm really tired and can't be bothered. But that's something I do. Those are my main struggles. Mainly support. I think support was the biggest one for me. I think that really hit me hard. Like the way people are a bit not. It makes you feel like nobody cares, which was a bit weird for me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I lost when I started music. I lost a
You
good
lost
handful.
But how did you feel through that experience? Because for me, it really hit me hard. It was a bit shocking.
I wasn't prepared for that because in my mind, I was like, all right, I'm going to do this music thing. I'm going to blow up and I'm going to pay off because you guys don't have to struggle. I'm going to pay off everybody's student loans. Like, that was my...
No, think big. No, that's what you want. Go for it. Because you're going to get it.
I agree.
Wait, you got to have that mentality. Facts.
I agree.
That was my thing. So I was like, it got to a point, and, you know, I was talking to somebody about this last night too. Like, I thought that people would be more supportive. And... you know, starting off, I've been doing music for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So it was more of like, hey, share this, share this. And I was really, I wasn't in the music scene. Like, I went to school to be a speech therapist.
Interesting. Interesting. That's interesting. I like
It is.
being
It's just
different,
like, how did you get here?
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It was very hurtful. It took me a while to get over it. But at a certain point, you kind of got to move forward because these people are moving forward in their careers and in their lives, and you're not included. I think, and that's the most hurtful thing, that you're not included. And for me, like, everything that I did, I feel like I kept my friends in mind.
Yeah.
And I wasn't included in their lives.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry, just to finish on that last one. So I just feel like once you learn to clap for yourself, it becomes a very powerful thing. Once you don't need people to tell you well done, you can actually look at me and be like, you know what, well done, I did well this
Because
week.
it's always a surprising thing, like, oh really? Oh, okay, good, great. I'm glad you like this.
Exactly, yeah.
But I like it too. So.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, okay.
Exactly, I agree with
I
that.
feel bad saying this because obviously I've kind of said their strength, but I won't lie, I am really blessed in my friendship department. I am so blessed in my friendship department. Like, I get teary about it because I do stuff and my friends are like my biggest supporters. And
That's really nice.
it is shocking sometimes because sometimes I don't even know if I deserve it, but my friends do try their best. And a lot of my friends, they're not social media, not even savvy, let alone on it. Like, they're just not the ones. They're not even like, they don't even know, they barely ever use it and things like that. But they do their best personally to support me and stuff like that. So I feel so blessed in that area. But I know when I don't get support or when I challenge support, how that could like affect so much. I remember one time, oh gosh, I'm actually embarrassed to say this because it's so bad. Me and my brother had the dumbest argument of life that actually ended up being like 2 weeks. It was so bad actually. It was something as simple as, he didn't tweet something, and I think he responded as a joke like, oh, because you didn't respond back to my text. And I was like, are you taking a mic? This was like something really important. And then it spiraled into something so simple, but I realized how much support meant to me. And looking back at it, I was like, oh gosh, this is the dumbest, like it was the dumbest argument that ended up being like 2 weeks. My brother is a huge supporter of me as well. Like, he's filmed a couple of my videos, but I have been really blessed in that area because then I started to think about like support is a huge thing. For me, working full time and then trying to do something on the side, I'm constantly tired, I'm constantly knackered to the point where I don't think I'm being there for my friends myself. So like that's one of my main struggles, is like actually learning how to like balance it both. And actually there's people have been challenging me a lot now. They're like, Mina, like you need to get to a decision. Like, you working full time you can't go further anymore in your poetry. Like you're at a standpoint. You need to make a decision. If you want to be serious about it, you need to let something go, because you're not giving your space, even your brain, time to be creative. And it's like, I'm getting friends who are telling me this and I'm like, they're just still holding on to like regular income. I'm like, I don't know though. But God has been speaking to me a lot in this quiet period, and see what 2019 has in store for me.
I'm excited.
Very nervous. I'm very nervous, but yeah, support is a big thing, because I see a lot of like entrepreneurs talk about it. And even saying that, I think the hardest thing as well for me is when you have friends who aren't in the same scene as you. They don't recognize how hard it is. They don't see the quiet nights by yourself in your room trying to plan. And when you are like early starting on, or not even starting on, but you're doing it practically by yourself. You have to be the creative and the business planner and the event planner and the tour organizer and everything to yourself, to the point you're like, I'm so mentally knackered, like I just feel so tired. And you wish you had that support system around you. So even though my friends might verbally say they support me, they can't support me by picking up something like, oh, don't worry, I'll organize this section for you and all that kind of stuff. And
why not? You got to tell them, listen, I've had shows, I'm like, yo, you doing tickets?
Oh yeah, I've done that. I remember my show was like, so you guys are on door. Oh yes, you're doing merchandise. You're gonna be done. And then literally came up to them. They still bought tickets still. I was like, yeah, that's cool, but you're basically gonna be on the door, by the way. They're like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, cool, cause I didn't talk to you. I told you. But yeah, thank you, boobs. Thank you, my friend. Hopefully they listen to this as well.
I'm sure they will.
No, even like the podcast, like not all people are into podcasts, and I'm not even mad at that. Like some people like love listening to them. Other friends are like, yeah, I like watching videos more. I'm like, that's cool. But I'm very thankful for my friends in that area. I'll try and list out some of the side issues I do have.
Yeah.
Time's one of them. Sorry.
I feel like people don't realize how important them sharing your work is. Like, I think they don't estimate their power. I got a good example. So you have Lyft. Do you guys have Lyft over here?
Uber we use more.
Uber is what we use more, yeah. But I've heard Lyft from Issa Rae when she was a Lyft driver.
I know that episode.
You know what Lyft is.
So I took a Lyft to the airport, and the guy was actually really nice. I was like, because he pulled up, I was like, listen, I'm not even gonna hold you. I ain't late. He was like, oh shit. He was like, all right, come on. Yeah. So, but he was telling me that like in the next 2 or 3 weeks, he's leaving to play pro ball in Belize.
So I was a Lyft driver with a pro ball player. Make sure you keep in contact with them.
Hustle. The hustle is very real.
Keep in contact with them people. Was he fine?
Oh. He was nice.
Oh, might he listen to this? You guys still friends?
But what he was saying is that, like, I was like, how the hell did, like, what even prompted you to, like, play pro ball? Like, how does that even happen? Because the only time I've ever heard of someone playing, you know, basketball for, like, another country is really the Olympics. I hope I'm not, like, being ignorant to that.
I've had people play pro ball overseas. A lot of UK people do because UK basketball is not a big thing. So they'll go play overseas instead.
Yeah. So, take a wild guess on how he got that opportunity. His cousin shared one of his highlights, and the coach for the Belizean basketball team followed him.
Skiing's another one of our phrases, by the way.
What is it?
Skiing, like, I see, like, that's it. Like, I don't know how I'm using skiing the right way. Let me shout. You say it when you know it's right. Skiing. Sorry.
Neither. Better tell a story.
But, I mean, the point of it is that the coach found him through his cousin and started following him, and they recruited him to come play basketball.
That's so lit.
So what if his cousin never shared his video?
No. Sharing is
Sharing
is a major thing, because just to kind of get that word out there, because by you sharing it, showing that you actually solidify it, like you actually go, this is good. I mean, it's really nice when you tell me my work is good, but by you sharing it as well, it's just helping go out to new audiences as well, and kind of getting that word out there. And nowadays things like Insta ain't that hard. Like just even if you don't post it on your own feed, because I get it, everyone has their own like design, what they want on their own feed and stuff like that. But sharing is important.
I had to threaten a lot of my cousins, a lot of my friends. I'm like, yo, like, we're not about to be related if you don't start sharing my shit. Like, I'm dead serious. They're like, oh, like, no, like, this is my job. I'm not. And it's funny because my mom is always like, if I post them, she's like, so how's everything going? Like, how's the views? Like, she doesn't know really what's going on, but she always like tries to like be involved. Like, a lot of like my family members that I hear, they always tell their friends, it's like, that's great, but can we try?
No,
can they tell their
my mum is the biggest advocate for me. Love it. Go to my Niger party, all this aunties, uncles, them, you're so good. I was like, so one to one I actually got booked to show you. I was like, oh great, I do spoken word poetry. No auntie, uncle can even understand what I was saying. Well, I'm here, y'all paid me. It was alright still. Don't even care. Y'all paid me, so I didn't care too much. But it's like, y'all guys ain't even my audience. But still,
I think anyone out there listening, please share our shit. Thank you. Like, legit.
Have you guys experienced any other struggles with pursuing your art?
People taking you seriously as far as an artist and not having a manager.
To a point, I really want a manager.
So
you have to be careful.
I know, you have to be careful. And
why do you have to be careful? Can you tell us why?
Because
people stealing money like crazy.
It's not even stealing money, like people not really having the right intention for you personally. Like you have to have
their own
agendas of what they want, and that can skew who. Remember, regardless of you being an artist and a brand to yourself, you're also a person and a human being as well. Like when I'm trying to sell myself, I'm selling who I am. I want to be authentic to who I am, and I'm not against like trying out new things, but you're going kind of against the grain.
And they have to be able to represent your brand properly as well.
And be on job as well, because like you said, no one's going to work as hard as you do. But if you're my manager, I expect you to go beyond, because you don't have that time to it. And like, you ain't delivering what we're meant to be doing. You can't be getting a cut, or I can't be paying you if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it's so hard to find someone, to a point, I keep thinking I can do it myself, but how long can you do it yourself? You know what I mean? And I've struggled with
I think
finding a manager.
Maybe you can find like one of your friends that,
like I said, none of my friends are in that scene. Like when I mean, like I love my friends bits, but they're cancelled in that area. Friends hear this, you're cancelled in that area. like you know the point where like I really do wish I could, but like my friends, and I wouldn't force that on them either, because it's not their forte. So I would rather them shine light on their best bits. If they're just being a supportive person and sharing, to me, that's everything to me regardless. I'd rather, because I'm a manager in my company at the moment. The way my brain thinks and organises stuff, I'm a bit frantic with it, but I expect things to be done in a certain way. And you know, we talk about mixing business and pleasure.
Yeah.
Pick your friends, I'm a really nice person until I'm not. And it's like with my art, I'm really friendly, but I want it this way, so stop questioning me. Like a psychopath.
That's fair.
That's fair. But stop questioning me. You know what I mean?
I think another challenge of it is the money aspect of it.
Facts.
This year I've not been able to really like do things I wanted to do because of how much I'm investing in my art. And people don't get that. When friends are like, oh, let's just book this trip to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
and why can't
I can't
go?
come.
Or you can
and
never
they're like,
go.
why can't you come? I'm like, because I'm really putting all my money into Blanc. And they're like, it doesn't make sense. Just go anyway. And I'm like, you don't understand. And it's always the people who, not in a mean way, who aren't doing the same thing, who don't understand that.
My money's set up a little different than yours.
Right now, this is how it is. There will be a time when we'll be blowing
I feel
it.
so
but right
bad.
now,
Like, I was meant to go on holiday with my friends in December to like Lapland skiing as well, and it was like lit. But the point that my friend told me, it was like too late, and I calculated the holidays I've been on this year, and I was like, Nina, can you afford this?
That's what I had to do as
Don't
well.
lie to yourself. And then friends talk about holiday, and I'm just there like, the way my money's set up right now, like, it's not like, I think this is why I'm a bit afraid to go part-time, because I'm holding on to that regular income, because you need that regular income to be able to do other stuff, but it's like,
you need time as well.
you need time as well, so that money, time, creative,
I know your
space right now,
to me. Like, I know
it's a horrible place to be in. And also, like, because my friends are encouraging me to like go part-time, get a job, but I'm like, that's great, but I'm getting to a certain age right now where I'm thinking about buying a house, moving out my mother's house and things like that. So I'm trying to think of regular income, like, also, like, I'm really proud of myself, I've said it before, but poetry is one of my side hustles, podcasting is one of our side hustles, well, not even a side hustle because we're not making income from it yet. We've just started on our 4th episode. But I'm also a landlord too.
Yes.
Me being a landlord, great until you don't have any tenants in. I haven't had any tenants for the past 2 months, so that's extra money going out of my account right now. Christmas period, like Christmas as well, people expecting presents. Why? If you're not a child or my immediate family, buy.
Oh my gosh, please. Yeah, I agree.
Like, unless you're like a child, because I do love seeing children happy, so I don't want to, I know what Christmas meant to me, but like, sorry, I haven't had tenants in my house for like 2 months, and it's been a little bit tough. Not tough,
No, you can say it's tough, it's fine.
it's been tough because I had to like fix stuff in the house,
Yeah.
and I'm not based up because my house is up, like, not in London, so it's like I had to like fix stuff because of what the tenant left it. I couldn't stay last time, and that's money going out again. And it's a good investment opportunity, because when you do have tenants and you're having regular, like, you just, it's more like I call it a wash its face. Like, as long as they cover off the mortgage, I'm happy. But yeah, so the fact that I had to fix stuff and then no tenants in, and then I'm thinking about money for my next project and things like that. Like, I released an EP this year. That's my first time doing a collection of poetry. So that's constant studio time, working with producers, then doing like promo for it, like getting artwork, doing a video. I was like, okay, this is a lot of money.
You know yourself, it's really good. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I did a show as well, so my show did bring back some money, thank God.
Yeah.
But I did it more because I wanted a collection of pieces out there. I was like, if I have to be taken seriously, I probably need a collection out there and like actually be seen more serious.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted. And I wanted something that was pieces of me, what's it called. But my head's spinning in landlord brain, work brain, poetry brain, still needs to be creative. And it's
a lot.
It is a lot.
Because it takes away from your creativity.
Oh, it does,
It really
so
does.
much.
But I think another kind of
Challenge?
there we go.
Yeah.
Even talking about this is like
It's a challenge.
It's draining. But I think that people have a persona of like their different artist friends.
Okay.
And especially like if they don't know you,
Yeah.
they're like for instance, like people don't know that I'm in London except for like my group of friends.
Yeah.
But as soon as I post on it, oh wow, you moving. That's how you moving?
First
of all,
so funny.
First of all, second of all, third of all, I don't have any kids. I made it a point to like try my best to enjoy my life and my youth. And it's not to say that I don't go to these places and I try to work.
Yeah.
I'm here now and I try my best to still be productive, but you do need some downtime. Like my responsibilities are not the same as yours.
Yeah,
Please stop looking at my pockets because half of the stuff is on my credit card. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
there are so many people that are like, yo, you got money, so it's fine. Legit. And it's just like,
excuse me. What about that?
I'm sorry,
Excuse me.
right now.
Sorry.
That's why I really don't, I try my best not to like post on social media certain things because people have this perception of like, yo, you got it, you good.
Yeah.
Yo, you got it, you good. You don't need me to share your music either.
Oh.
Like, you're good.
That's the worrying bit. But then the
You're
hard bit
good.
is you need to be on that gentle line because people like seeing you doing stuff. Like, oh, she busy. She being booked and busy. I guess I need to get her on my thing as well. Because when you're silent for a while, like, you ain't doing nothing. So people aren't hollering at you. And that's the problem I have. Because if I'm quiet for a bit, it's almost like when I get bookings, I get more bookings.
Yeah.
Whereas when I'm empty, it's like, oh,
There's a fine line because they're like, yo, you don't need me. You good. Like, I don't need to share this. Like, you good.
Yeah.
Legit.
Side hustle struggle. Has your love life ever been affected by your side hustle? I know it's not side hustle. I'm using side hustle, but I'm gonna call it life passion.
Yeah. Okay.
Life passion.
Life passion.
Rather than side hustle. It's my side. It's not my side hustle. It's my life passion.
I wouldn't say it's affected, but I don't know. I haven't been dating, but the guy that I did date maybe last year when I was making accessories and was doing really well. I was selling loads. I feel like there was a bit of he felt a bit. I don't want to say the word jealous.
Aww.
But he wasn't very positive. Like, there'll be days when I have like loads of orders and I have like massive bag filled of orders.
He better be in there.
He wasn't clapping for me.
Oh, no.
Nor was he loading things. So it was just a bit, I don't know. So I've kind of now developed this thing of not really talking about it. Like when I'm dating someone, I don't really tell them what I'm doing. I'll tell them a little bit, but I don't.
See, you're so good. My passion just comes through everything. Yeah. I'm a poet, by the way, guys. I do this. Go check out my stuff if you want to know more about me. Like, it's not even showing my face. I'm like, if you want to know me, this is me. So.
Yeah. The thing is, because in my experience, the people who've clapped for me the most, the hardest, who support the most, even people who buy things, like, me personally, I don't get me wrong, it's sweet if a friend or family member buys stuff, but I don't want that. I get excited when someone from Sweden places an order. It's like, all the way from Sweden, you saw what I made and you liked it. That means something to me. Rather than, the support I need is people just clapping for me and being like, you know what, well done, I believe in you, you can do it, that's it. I feel like the rest will fall into place because I believe in my talent. So that's my experience, but yeah.
Oh, interesting.
You know, it's funny because like I've had like these extensive conversations with my coworkers, shooting the shit at work, and I found myself trying to find this balance. Like I've always try to find this balance. You know what I mean? And when I first started out, I never really. It was either like I was dating a guy that wasn't that supportive, like that he wouldn't come to my shows or anything like that. Wow. Or it wasn't like, oh, we're not really dating. It's kind of like this thing that we're doing. Yeah. And I just, for me, my resolution is just to kind of zoom in this year and really like...
What? Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing at you. Sorry. Zoom in and really see how much I can accomplish by just focusing on me as a person and as an artist and zooming in. Because I found myself like making a lot of time for men and people that did not reciprocate that and didn't respect my time. That's one thing. Like, yo, you're not respecting the time that I take off of work to be with you. Or I could be writing or brainstorming or doing something else.
You need to respect my time. Like, this time can be done to be doing anything else right now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Like, like a couple months ago, being that I was, you know, working from 9 to 1 and stuff like that, I was talking to this guy and I just saw that he wasn't, he had other things going on and he's an artist, you know, in his own right. And I just saw that he didn't make me a priority. And it's just like, yo, like I'm literally setting time aside from you and you are not reciprocating this at all. So yeah, I'm going to take this job and do what I have to do. Clearly it didn't get any better. And it's just like, if my number one flag is like, if you don't respect my time, you're done.
Bye-bye.
You're finished.
Yeah. I think
because I can't get it back.
Exactly.
I could have been doing something else. I could have been at work.
Yeah. One of my problems is for some odd reason, I'm really attracted to guys who have their own entrepreneur like mindset as well and do things on the side. So whether you be an artist or running a business or something like that, there's something about like you trying to have your own just turns me on. I don't know, maybe because from watching My Wife and Kids and Michael Carr had his own trucking company. I just think men should have their own thing. But then the problem is, I get so fed into what they're doing and trying to support them in that way. And I'm like, I need to also make sure they're reciprocating and supporting me in that same way. And then vice versa, when I've dated somebody who kind of just did their regular job, like 9 to 5, their job, and their side thing was hanging out with their friends, so they had more time to be with me, that kind of stuff, they would get irritated if I was busy. And I'm like, you don't understand, like, you're not doing anything tonight, I want to stay home so I can write. It's a thing, like, oh, why couldn't stay around mine? I'm like, because I need to be in my own space, like writing. And I felt quite frustrated that they didn't understand that, or I might have left something at their house and I was like, oh, can you please just drop it at the studio? Oh, you never make time for me, but when it's your thing, you always come to your studio. I'm like, because I'm in the studio right now and I need you to drop this at the studio. So I feel like I've always like dated like the two different tiers, not like that perfect medium. But God willing, I'll find that right person, or the person will find me, and it will all fit into place. It's just weird. I've always liked guys who are also entrepreneurs themselves, but then they're mad hustlers to the point they think, I mean, startups are always so hard regardless. When you're then trying to put relationships in the midst of that. I try to support by helping out with their relationship, helping out with their business, but then realizing, oh wait, but what are you doing for me though?
Right.
So
what I've noticed about guys is that they're very good with like zooming in.
They're
and like
very
focused on that
like,
one thing, as opposed to us women, like we're like, oh, let me try to like fit you in kind of thing. But then God forbid, you always just fitting me in. Like it's never just.
I feel like
I was bugging out
right now. Oh my gosh, sorry.
I'm trying. Like, how is this not? Is this not worth anything?
Man just might have had an argument with somebody recently because of exactly one thing you just said. You always just
fitting me in.
But
trust me,
but is that a bad thing though? Like, I've seen that my schedule is busy. Or how about we do this day?
Yeah.
Oh,
or
you seem
planning
busy.
Ahead.
Hey, planning ahead. What? Don't call me on the day.
Ahead?
Don't call me on the day to do something. Are you mad? Sorry. I'm a bit triggered, isn't it? My bad.
So if we could be able to hone in that I've seen guys.
I hope that person listens to this podcast too. Triggered, by the way.
I've seen guys like start up their like guys that I've spoken to or like just friends. Like they're okay with like just cutting everybody off and be like, yo, I'm gonna zoom in.
Yeah.
And they've been very successful at it. As opposed to us, we gotta. That is something that I struggle with, but that's really something that I would.
But I think they got a benefit by that though, because sometimes you need to like cut and just zone in, and I have this heavy guilt on me. Like right now it's Christmas, I'm excited for a break, right? Please tell me why every single day is really busy up to work. Like what? That's not the right thing. I'm meant to have a break.
No, so you have to kind of learn to
say no.
Make that executive decision. I can't come to your event. That's what I've done this week. I'm barely going out next week because you need to commit time to what you're doing and yourself. You have to be a bit selfish. Men, I hate generalizing men, but they're quite selfish. A guy will tell a woman, you know what, I'm focusing on my career, so this is why you cannot be my girlfriend right now. And he doesn't care.
No problem. Wouldn't
and he'll
even
let you go if you're not on board.
But as opposed to us, we're always trying to make it work. But what about
we should be a bit more selfish.
What about that?
That reminds me of that thing. I actually haven't read the Michelle Obama's book right now, but I saw a lot of conversations around women. Can you have it all? No. I'm not sure have you read Michelle Obama's book yet?
No, but you can have it all. I think for me,
you can. Like, you can't.
What is having it all? What is having it all?
You listen. I listened to this guy where he was like, you can't have a personal life, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Why not?
Yeah.
It's about really managing your time. Like I know a handful of creatives that are in relationships. Yeah. And they're making it work. Like you have to know what works for you in order to make it work. You have, even if it's a person from a 9 to 5, they have to be a very understanding person. Yeah. Because I get the fact that like time is just set up differently. You know what I mean? Like I have a lot of dudes that hit me up. They're like, yo, a lot of dudes that hit her up. Yo, what you doing? Tan's face like, oh, okay. Look, from time to time, a fellow or two. Like, yo, what you doing? Yo, I'm at a show. Yo, I'm at the studio. No, I can't come out. No, I don't want to come out. Like, no. You always say no. Because it's always no. Because I'm choosing myself first. Or I'm doing something else and I don't want to see you.
Sometimes you're just not my option. But then, Jennifer, you was asking, like, what is having it all? And that's a bit where it's like...
What does it mean?
It means having different things. Personal life.
But I think it means different things to different people, though. Like, having it all is whatever your all is to you. And that's the thing I'm struggling for right now. So every year I try to set, like, different agendas for myself. One of my goals, if I go into each one, having it all for me would be having a really healthy fitness life where I'm going to the gym, like, 2 or 3 times a week. Just putting it just, like, to, like, functional terms, having kind of a part-time job but still making decent salary, having enough time to be creative, having enough time to spend time with, I didn't even put God first, but having enough time to spend time with God, being around friends and family, still getting enough bookings. And right now in my head, I don't know how, and having a healthy relationship. And right now I've tried to fit my big balls in and my small balls in and fit everything in, but it's just like mad difficult. Like I've struggled to having it all, and I really need to read the whole book, so I don't want to just take up one line. And I like the fact that Michelle Obama was just honest, like, can you have it all? No, not all the time. And this whole concept of like leaning in,
not all the time.
Yeah, not all the time.
I don't think that we should think that it's impossible. It's very difficult, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
And that is something that I really want to, even having it all and just being a creative in different aspects of your life and doing different things. For me, like, I've always kind of like said, all right, well, maybe I can't really do this right now, or maybe like this isn't something that I can do. Well, why not?
Yeah. To be fair, like, even this podcast, like, anyone listened to me like 4 or 5 months ago, I'd be like, I'm mad busy, can't fit anything in. And then I was like, no, like, I really like talking. And thank God, like, Jennifer was there in my life. And people were like, you're so busy, you actually fit this in. I'm like, yes, because it's something that I enjoy
you
doing.
Make time. You make time for the things that are important to you, even if it's once a blue moon.
Yeah.
Because you don't. And the thing is, like, friendships, you have different versions of what your friendships can look like, and like what they are in their capacity. I have people that, like, I've gone to school with, and I don't talk to them every day, but they'll be like, yo, I'm getting married, you coming? I legit had a friend, like, I probably speak to her once a year, but she sent me a text and was like, yo, I just want to let you know I'm having my second kid.
Aww.
And
I love such friendships. Yeah, honestly.
You don't have to I don't have to talk to her every time, but when I talk to her, it's like we just pick up right where we left off.
Yeah.
That is nice. I think, although those friendships, for some reason, I do struggle with. Like, no, my personal thing is because, like, the ones you think is cool, but if I feel like they haven't been there for me for my certain moments, then when you do drop me a text, but my girl didn't respond, those are friends that probably don't support me in my stuff or something like that. And I haven't spoken to you in a year, and I'm like, that's nice. Oh, you're doing that,
but
that's
you know.
nice.
The thing is that you know who these people are, but we choose to ignore it.
Yeah.
So stop.
And it's not necessarily like once a year. It's just like you don't, because those are the kind of friendships I have now where it's not too much demand on my time, because I can't I can't be that friend that talks to you every day. It's just not something I can do. So just the kind of friends where, you know, you talk to once in a while, and it's good. There's no
they don't feel there's no way about
anything.
Yeah, because everybody's doing their own thing as well. But I would say is that you have to learn how to make time for people and to be present in their life.
I agree with you.
I think sometimes we get so wrapped up of like, why aren't you supporting me? But they need you as much as you need them, and you have to make that time to be present for them. And that's something like that I'm working on, because for me, like, I've become a more spiritual person than anything else, and I feel like a lot of people are kind of like on that wave, and I feel like a lot of people of color especially, like, they're kind of stepping a little, you know, away from religion and kind of honing in more so to spirituality. And some people find that balance, some people lean more so towards that than anything else as you get older, because you have to have some type of base to kind of lean on, especially being an entrepreneur, being a creative, because everyone needs a reference to work off of. So, you know, just work on, like, being present for your friends. Because they need you as much as you need them. That's what I would say.
I agree. Do you know what's weird though? When I think about having it all, I always thought it was to do with having children and juggling your career. That's what that's my main.
That's what I mean. Like, as interpreted, how do you see it having it all? Because
that would be my having it all. If I'm able to have my husband, my child/children, and my career, and all are thriving, and I'm healthy, of course, and happy and close to God, and have my friends and blah blah blah.
That is having it all.
That's having it all.
That's interesting. I find women who work amazing. I can't take anything from them. Like, I think about how crazy I am right now with life and busyness, and then if I had to add a child on top of that, wow.
Yes, that's the thing. The children is the one. The child is the one thing.
And a relationship
I can squeeze in a little bit. No, but child is a big, like, that is 24/7.
And that's why sometimes I'm like, why don't I quit my job now? Because, like, sometimes I go, why am I single? Blah blah. I'm like, God's probably telling me you're single for a reason right now. There's certain things I need you to do. Like, you're never gonna get this time to be selfish like this ever again. If I wanted to just jet off to Japan right now, I could. There's no man stopping me, and there's no child stopping me.
Like, Mom, I'll be right back.
I literally am like, hey, Mom, what you doing? I'm going away this weekend. Bye. You don't have to answer to anybody. But
So true.
You know what I find? And let me know if this is like something that, I don't know, might be a problem over here or like a thing, but age and what women are supposed to be doing at a certain age as opposed to men.
We both Nigerian, so there's a whole there's a certain
cultural.
age. And how old are you, by the way? Huh? Yeah, cool. Same. Same age.
I'm a millennial.
Same age. We don't worry. That's all I need to say. We are the
What's wrong with you
same age.
guys?
Cool.
And the
And
thing
just-
is that people gauge what you're supposed to be doing at your age. Living in New York, who's owning an apartment?
Yeah, living in London, who's owning their own place? The place is so freaking expensive.
It is.
And then people expect me to move out by now. Like, why my mom's place is so nice? I just pay small bills. It's fine.
You're so lucky.
And I feel like people ask women about their age to gauge what they're doing at a certain point in their life
that's
as
a
opposed
good
to
point.
men. Like, I've looked at a couple of interviews and they never really ask men how
That's
old
so
they are.
interesting.
They never focus on that.
Yeah, that's so
I don't
opposed
think
to
you're allowed
women.
to ask that here though.
What do you mean?
About age.
No, people ask age.
At interview.
Yeah. Or like I'd say
Not
I
like work. I'm talking about like
okay.
as a creative.
Oh, I
Because
see.
you know how old
Okay.
you are. Like,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah,
if you're...
as a creative, yeah, like they always like to pin you as a 20x something. This singer from singer
because
from
this is
London,
what
blah
you're
blah.
supposed to
It
be
helps
doing
frame
at
who
this
you
certain
are.
point.
I
So if you're
see.
like nice and young, like 20, like oh she's young, 21, blah blah, already done X Y Z. Like I remember somebody found my age and it was on an article. I was like, what? Did I include that in the article? But okay, maybe we'll just pass by. But I get what you mean by that one, because by then they start pigeonholing where they expect you should be, and even to the point where if you're certain age, oh, anyone start getting married and things like that. Are you still doing creativity? And I talked about it in a couple of podcasts ago where. Like, I know a lot of people our age are single, but for some reason God wanted to put everybody around me in relationships. So it's like I'm constantly around, like, this friend's getting married here, this friend's getting having a baby there, and I'm just looking like, yeah, just doing my thing. Like, come to my show, you know.
When you got time and a babysitter, please and thank you.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, we do. So yeah.
So this week there's been a few things happening in social media and just the celeb world. I know this is a bit old, but I did want to talk about it. The whole Cardi B and Offset thing, that really triggered me, if I'm being honest.
Triggered you?
It triggered me.
Why?
When he came on stage.
That was very angry.
That triggered me.
Angry? Is that a word?
Yeah.
That angered me. That angered me.
So because obviously he came on the stage while she's doing her own set.
She's at work.
She's at work. Because I put a poll on this on my own like Instagram to gauge what people's response would be. Yeah.
What did they say?
Girls and guys had two very different responses, and then a couple of girls who are just coincidentally happened to be in loving relationships were like, oh, that's romantic. I asked if you were on stage, or if you were performing, or doing something public, and the person just comes and does that. How would you feel? Would you see it? Would you be pissed off, or would you see it as something like a romantic gesture?
I think that's the most ridiculous thing.
Majority of people saw it as they'll be pissed off, and some people saw it as a romantic gesture. Guys were like, oh, but the girls will be complaining, blah blah. This is me personally, yeah. Cardi B and Offset can get away with that because Cardi B is a persona. Offset, their relationship is public. I guess he wanted to apologize publicly. Whatever, it will hit the news and she'll get more publicity from it. I'm not saying she was doing it for publicity. She wasn't, but she get more out of it. Me personally, somebody's booked me for show, yeah. Then you to bring my personal message to my show so that promoters not want to book me again. Don't do that to me.
Yeah, people would think that that's okay. So that.
No, don't do that to
me. They would get like, yo, Offset did it.
No,
First of all, it's so many like layers to that because like my coworker was like, she's like, I don't feel sorry for her. She's like, because how you get them is. How you
lose them.
Yeah, because
that's not a
her reference was that like when Cardi B was like on Love and Hip Hop, and even before then, she was like sleeping with other people's boyfriends and was like, "Yo, I'll fight you." You know what I mean? Like
she sat on his lap. That girl from London. She's like,
These are all storylines.
So, and that was her reference of her not feeling badly for her.
Yeah.
Okay. But don't do that. Then my whole thing is like that whole on stage thing.
Yeah.
Don't do that, because no matter how much a woman loves you or how crazed, if a woman were to do that, she'd be crazed. right?
That's the thing. No, like, this nutcase woman won't leave him alone.
Like, don't you get the picture?
But him, it's sweet, right? Right, bruh? Like, what?
It just reminded me of my ex,
That's
where
good point.
we broke up and he just would not leave me alone. I feel like men have this obnoxiousness. It's like, you did something wrong.
Because they feel obligated to your time and to you.
Like,
Crazy.
it's almost like, I've come here to speak to you, man. Like, why don't you give me a chance? You cheated on me, humiliated me, and made a fool out of me. I do not need to give you nothing. I'm reclaiming my time. Back off. What is the craziest thing guys done, by the way? Like, to you, like, to get you back or something like that?
I'd probably say like 17 missed calls a day or something.
Oh my
ridiculous
God.
like that.
See how much I I'm the problem.
It's women like you that make okay in their eyes.
I'm the problem, my bad.
I blocked him and then he was using a private number to keep calling me. I was just like, this is annoying me.
Sorry.
No, yeah, that's why I got triggered, because this is like
I think I've ever had nothing crazy.
Ugh, lucky
I
you,
think
bro.
no.
I think for some reason when guys do me wrong, they feel writing me a poem is a way to
Oh, that's really
it's
sweet.
like right
That is nice,
poetry.
though. That's cute.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
really
cute.
lit. Or like a lot of like at the time when Twitter, I mean nobody. At the time when Twitter was more a thing, loads of innuendos on Twitter. Bitch, at me, innit? You want to be serious about it? At your love to me to everybody, innit? Why are you innuendoing? Like, what's the point? Or like just turn up to your house, like, why are you here? But yeah, other than that, nothing crazy enough.
Yeah, no, I don't
Interesting.
think I've had anything. Like the most is like he wouldn't let me leave the car. That does sound kind of crazy.
People
though.
what?
He wouldn't let me leave the car, kind of.
Okay.
But it was more of like, can I go? And like he just pulled me back and was like, yo, can I would like to leave, please, thank you.
The crazy thing I did to a guy once, we were having like discussion in the car. It was basically breaking up, basically. But I was driving, but I drove a bit further from his house. So maybe it's like a 5-10 minute car to his house, but like a 45-minute walk. Had nothing on him. I just told him to get out of my car. I have nothing on me though. There's no Uber at this time. So man, all I had was his phone. Don't care, just get out of my car. How am I going to get home? It's not my business. Just get out of my car. Yeah, he deserved it. It was a long time
He'll
ago.
never forget that though, and I bet you he won't try whatever it is that he tried with anybody else.
No, I taught him well. It's fine.
Girl, what else happened? I didn't want to talk about this, but Mina wanted to talk about this.
What happened?
Kanye West and Drake.
Oh,
I'm still kind of confused as to what exactly is going on.
so that's the thing. I'm a bit confused. So I don't want to like go off the case. I was literally looking at the history of like Drake and Kanye West's relationship, and like not long time ago, but obviously when Drake was first starting up, Kanye West was someone that he revered, thought was talented, like always looked up to him and things like that. Kanye West and Drake have worked on certain tracks together and things like that. Anyway, what my understanding is that basically Kanye West is trying to stop Drake from doing certain things. He's been pausing him with certain
a little
things.
skew, you know, a little
Yeah, and
sus.
Yeah, and then obviously Kanye, I don't want to go into mental health too much, but he's been tweeting a bit.
But look at the way he's been moving though.
Try not go into mental health
Well,
too
someone
much.
said he's weaponizing mental health.
Yeah,
What do you
I
think
saw
about
that
that?
because once I saw that, I was like, all right, I didn't take him seriously. I kind of don't take him.
He's cancelled. I didn't even talk
So
about
it's hard for me because Kanye West isn't cancelled for me.
He's
I
cancelled
know
for me.
that everyone says he's cancelled, but for me he isn't cancelled because I do think he is like a creative genius. Like
I don't know about that.
he's producing,
I don't like the
his
idea.
producing skills, his music skills. Like I do think he's sick, but I think there's definitely something mentally wrong with him. When his mother died, like everything is tumbled downwards still, and I don't like the idea of him affecting somebody else's bag in terms of music.
Yeah.
Trying to stop that. I think that's quite savage attitude to behaving. So I get why Drake will be pissed. Like I'll be pissed. Like why are you doing this? Like
And
we can all
Drake-
win together. Why are you trying to stop me?
I feel like Drake just be minding his business and people just like just come for his neck and Drake be like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
Let me
Wait a
live.
minute, wait,
Let
what
me
did I
live.
do?
Yeah. Though I wanted to talk about it, but I don't know enough. I didn't read into it enough to like go, okay, let's talk about it, mad. I don't know, do you have any like points in it?
I had this conversation with my coworker and I literally just kind of like
Are you done with him
I
as well?
try to be mindful of what I say too because
Yeah.
this could be 6 months from now. I could be in the studio with like Drake and Kanye West, and you never know
Go, girl.
what
Speak it into existence.
what the context of anything is because these are all filter stories. So unless we're hearing it from Drake, and Kanye at the same time, and Drake's there to be like, nah, dog. You know what I would like to see though? The series that LeBron has.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
The one with Drake interview is lit.
Yeah.
It's really, really good because, I think Drake was a bit salty because, Pusha T kind of went for him. He was like, you don't go there, you went too far. I'm like, no, it's a rap battle and you got finished, allow it. That's what happened. But Drake is like the sweet boy rapper and obviously he comes hard as well. Like I love his comeback to Meek. It was lit. I always remember that as like one of the best still, but it's really good. It's like a barbershop scene and they're just chatting.
I need to watch it, but I feel like I need to see these people talk about it in front of each other so I could make form that opinion on my own, because there's a lot of he say she say. There's a lot of filtering. What it is,
because Kanye keeps saying that he didn't leak to Pusha T about the whole baby mama issue and all that kind of stuff. They never said anything, it didn't come from him. Kanye West has outwardly like apologized to Drake, try to be friends with him and all that kind of stuff, but then we also don't know what's happening in the background. Like
there's a lot of stuff moving.
Yeah, like if you're actually there's a lot of stuff in the background. For me, it's just kind of like I think this is my personal take on it. Kanye West is having some mental health issues, but also kind of like some superiority issues as well, where he knew Drake. Been like that too. He knew Drake when Drake was like this geeky little kid from Canada, where he wasn't rapping, and now Drake is the one to be feared. Like he's the one owning everything. Yeah, and it's like, oh, you're doing this now, and it's like instead of like embracing that, he's literally being like,
people need to understand that there is a lane of their own.
Kanye would have taken over from someone else who was reigning when he came in. It's a cycle. If you're number one now, you are not going to be number one forever. I'm so sorry to break it to you. Eventually someone will come in and take over. It's like but
I think some people can't accept that. And if you have been number one for a long time, i.e. Nicki Minaj, and somebody come in, you're gonna start acting crazy. And like, but one thing, regardless of people, it's not, for me, it's not actually people taking over, because somebody's always gonna be somebody else's number one to something. But being a legend in your field and being the best craftsman, and like you're having your own lane and making sure that your biggest competition is yourself always and foremost, and allowing yourself to embrace for other people, like in my small little space I'm in with poetry, not big scene or whatever. One thing I got afraid of was that people straight away like comparing me to other people, and I'm like, I don't think you understand. I fangirl for these other people you're comparing me to, and I'm not like, I'm talking about this on this so minuscule small scene. What if I did blow up? And then I'm saying, this person's coming from my spot. Like, no, like, you still need to be able to fangirl for other people and embrace the scene. I don't know.
I think it takes a really secure mind to do that.
It's hard though. At the same time, it's hard though. I don't lie.
And you know what too? I'm not sure. Are these people preparing for like what happens like when my time is up? Yeah, like when my moment is up. I'm not sure. Does Kanye West think that he's gonna be able to do music forever?
That's what I mean. Like, even like, you should even. But he's evolved a lot. Like, he's not even just music, fashion. He's doing wonderfully well. There's no reason for him to really feel.
Is it? I actually don't plug into fashion hard enough. I know he's like really well. Everywhere, but I don't even.
He's making money, mate. So I don't really see why he should even feel threatened.
Maybe he wants it all.
Ooh.
Maybe he wants it all.
He
all. He does though. And man said he wanted to be president, so boy, that's nasty.
No, when you wore that hat,
there ever was one.
So, you know, maybe I don't know. Is he planning?
I do pray for him
accordingly. I feel like everybody thinks, but you know, once his mom, he definitely would have been a different person.
Sad.
Do you think?
Yeah, facts.
I don't think he would have been able to get away with half of the nonsense that he's been doing.
No, he the same man that said, what is it? George Bush doesn't care about us.
Yeah, black people.
Black people. Yeah, that's what he said. Is now wearing a
Make America Great hat
again. So
do you know what? I watched Black Klansman. Have you seen that movie?
I started watching that on the plane.
Did you like it? I didn't like it, you know. But I really struggle with what's his face movies.
Spike Lee.
I really struggle with Spike Lee's movies. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh really?
I really struggle with it.
There's only one that
like I just like so long and I struggle with him.
He has his own style.
He has his own style. Legit.
But the film, it was just weird because I'm not really aware of American history. Yeah. So watching that film was really a big eye opener for me.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's a true story or.
I think it's loosely based.
Loosely based.
Like, cause my dad, he knew like Kwame Ture and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So For me, like, I just stopped watching it. I was
Okay,
like, all right, well, 1 second. I was like, but...
So it's loosely based on what's happened.
Yeah, because remember, I didn't watch... I think I only watched maybe half an hour of it.
Okay.
Because I fell asleep.
No,
so
it's
you're both...
long.
No, I was
so
engaged.
But I watched so many of them too, but every time...
He has a way. Like, he has a way
to
of,
know
like,
there's a Spike
presenting-
Lee movie. He has a
I loved
distinctive
it.
style.
But anyway, for those who haven't watched it, it was about this guy who basically, black man who infiltrates the KKK. At the end, they show scenes of the marches.
Yeah.
First of all, the KKK march, and I think it was a Black Lives Matter march in America as well.
Yeah.
And like just the violence,
Hollywood
the
police.
injustice, just how things are there.
Yeah.
I hate reading this stuff because it gets me so angry when I really see what's going on. And then they showed Trump, and he was speaking on, I think he was speaking on the KKK march, and he was like, you've got this side who are the good guys. He was talking about the KKK, you know, that they're the good guys.
Trump saying that.
Something
Maybe
along...
he filtered it to...
Looking like he said that, yeah.
It was looking like that's what he was saying. He was saying that they're the good guys and the other side are the good guys as well. He's saying they're both the good guys. And I was just thinking, he has this stand and this man went to go and wear his hat. Not only did he wear his hat, he turned around and said slavery was a fucking choice. I just can't with Kanye West. I'm so sorry. I cannot. So it's beyond the Drake beef or any of that stuff. Where do you draw the line?
I do believe it's a whole nother podcast because I don't want to sound ignorant in how I say things.
How do you mean?
Because I believe editing is an amazing skill.
Oh, so you don't think he said it as well?
He
said
it. But
it.
I always look at the intent. I mean,
I really hope for Kanye West.
No, I believe a
a
whole other podcast in general, and then like when we talk politics as well.
Yeah.
In terms of what, because there are, I've done Black Studies, and because a lot of Black Studies is based around America as well, and the past around America, there are people, by the way, that have factual figures that showcase what Black people have benefited from Trump versus how they benefited when they were under Barack Obama. I love Barack Obama. I love Michelle Obama.
Listen, he was not the president of Black people. And
Yeah.
I think his policies were not great. There are a lot of his immigration policies.
Yeah.
We're talking about Barack Obama, right?
Yeah, a lot of people were deported like under Obama. Like it's just the rhetoric of Trump
of how he sounds, the whole war and the ridiculous and that stuff. So for me, if we go into politics, go deep down into politics, there are a lot of stuff that we can unearth. Whereas headlines will make Trump sound like the devil, and I'm not trying to. Whenever I see a quote that is tweeted or see something he said, I'm like, how is he your president? Sorry, honey, how is he your president?
I didn't vote for him.
But there's a whole nother politic debate thing that there's certain people that need to be in the room, because when I did Black Studies course as well, have you ever watched Hidden Figures?
I've seen that.
My teacher was in the 4th one, so he's like, Mad knows a lot of things, and there's so much stuff behind it. But then what Kanye West said, Kanye, can you come on, TMZ? How stupid can you be? But I think
you're making excuses for him. I can't.
You're
making hella excuses for him.
So I'm honest. He's not cancelled for me. I pray for him.
You can pray all you want. But I
pray
don't
for
know how much
Kanye.
that's gonna help him. I think.
You know, like, I should talk, but let me.
That's why it's an open space. Say what you want. It's fine.
Let me say this, because I won't be here for
Maybe
your
on the 10th one,
Black
innit?
history / like political episode. What I will say is that as Black people, we've left a lot of our history up to other people that have filtered it and watered it down. So when you hear something, you're like, this possibly can't be right. There were a lot of things that my father used to tell me, and it made me very uncomfortable because of it's one person telling you the truth, and it's not like he was making this up. He showed me the information here. This is my reference, as opposed to school that's telling you something completely different. Yeah. One thing that he told me was that he was like, listen, Mahatma Gandhi is a racist. He's like the biggest racist.
I love that I think that they took down his statue in Ghana.
That's recently. My dad told me
finally,
this like 10 years ago.
Finally, because I've heard about how race and how he used to describe Black people and stuff like that. But yeah, he's seen as the most peaceful man and things like that. And you're like, rah. And the person that told me, like, the person who tells the history is the person that wins. And facts. Ooh. That's how it goes. So,
and there's so many. I think for history wise, we're always focused on making this person look like a saint.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a womanizer. Period.
Don't go for him. Go chill.
No.
Chill.
I'm just saying, like, there's certain
I
things
didn't know this.
Yeah, no, he was cheating on
there's
his wife
certain
and stuff
things
like that.
like, we're focused on making these people immortal
Idols.
to a fact
Yeah.
of, like, it not being realistic. Does that negate any of the things that he used to do and the fact that he was very much so aware that, like, I'm not gonna live past 40.
Yeah, there's a whole lot. And I remember having different debates as well around like the Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and what would have been the better movement for our people today and stuff like that. And a lot of people now reflecting kind of because they made Malcolm X seem like as a radical, like a black terrorist and all this kind of stuff. And it wasn't until later on to actually learn. People. Exactly, when you later on to see actually the positive movements he was making for black people specifically, he had one objective around that.
But these are people that have made his narrative.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't taken over that narrative.
Yeah.
You really have to just
when it comes to
work.
Kanye West, that's why when it comes to Kanye West, like, I had to proper watch the whole interview. I did watch the whole interview once, and I was like, Kanye, he sounds like somebody who just gets a bit erratic, starts talking, because Kanye likes the sound of his own voice, facts, and I don't think that was his intention. When I watched the whole interview, I didn't feel that was his intention to say that black people, it was a choice to have slavery for 100 years. I think he was more saying like, it sounds like a choice that we do it for another 400 years. Like, we need to start making changes and movements now. And he's trying to like break the frame. But that's what I saw in the interview. So that's why I was like, and then we all took on to it. Don't even saying that line in general. Like, you've been famous for how long? You must be PR trained by now. Don't say stupid things.
He just says so much.
Remember too. So you can't have a sense of self and say something like that. He doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
Remember who his mother was and what she taught, right? Kanye West, he has cut himself off from the world, so he doesn't have a sense of present day and what is going on. There's no way. Like, I don't know how it is for you guys as far as like race relations in Britain, but it comes to a certain point where I can't. Like, I cannot watch anything anymore, because the reality of it all is like, this is not getting any better, and the internet is like oversaturating it to a point of like I'm mindful of the fact that I'm black every single place that I go, no matter where it is that I go, because I know that I am representing black people as a whole, because everyone else has their idea of what or who I am.
Yeah.
You know the ones where like I say this blatantly on the black canvas, like there's some things I want to say so much, but I feel like I just want to make sure I just get my like facts straight, because if I go off on something and I read back, oh no, that's not what I meant to say, because it's like there's certain things where I'm so grey area on, and I feel like the commonality is to kind of go everyone and be like, that person's cancelled, this is how it should be, hate Trump, this, and I read more into certain things, I'm like, there's so many things ain't
I agree with what you're saying,
going 100% for me, that I need to educate myself, because the media will tell you one thing in then position a certain way. I was gonna segue in talking about Raheem Sterling.
Oh yeah. Do you know who he is? Okay, he's a footballer.
Yeah, he's a footballer. I mean, I don't watch football that much.
Okay, I was gonna ask you like, hey, do you mean football, like soccer?
Nah, we mean football, like the proper football, like soccer. Yeah. But so he's just basically a football player, like. But the way the media portray him is so disgusting. Like, he's just doing his own business. He's just doing his own business. But then there'll be like, he was rude to referees, or that like he spent a lot.
I have one headline.
Yeah.
So there's another footballer called, is it Phil Foden? So there's two different headlines. This is what they said about Raheem Sterling.
Raheem's the black young guy.
Yeah. Young Manchester City footballer, 20, on £25,000 a week, splashes out on mansion on market for £2.25 million, despite having never started a Premier League match.
So they're filtering his money as if it's...
Yeah.
Now, and then towards Phil Foden, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, Manchester City starlet Phil Foden buys new 2 million home for his mum.
Exactly. So, man's on the same amount, but the way they position it, like, oh, what's it called? he's got money. Oh, you're splashing out. You haven't even started and all this kind of stuff. They pigeonhole like someone who's wasting their money. We pay him too much. Just kind of criminalizing him all the time. There was something else as well. He got a tattoo on his leg of a gun. And I think it's because somebody close to him passed away from a gun. Right. So he basically said he's only ever going to shoot with his leg. So it's like a reminder to him he's only ever going to like shoot with his leg, never with a physical gun. But he was like, oh, he's promoting violence and all this kind of stuff. So they basically like position him as like this horrible guy, and it's like, this is so sick. So then you're getting crowds and referees feel they can just throw racial slurs at him and things like that.
Yeah, he's really been through quite a bit actually.
But one of the nice things is that recently is that Nike used him for their latest campaign. So you've seen like Colin Kaepernick's been used for the Nike campaign. They've done a recent campaign with him as well because of all the crap that the media have been positioning him. And I think the line was, I can't remember, I need to find it, but
what is it?
I might have actually had it on my thing, but I stupidly didn't save it. But speaking up isn't always easy, but nothing was changed.
I think I've seen
something like that. I'll find the line and I'll say it again in a bit. So it's though one thing that I think Daniel Kaluuya said in one of his interviews, he said that in Britain racism isn't seen, it's felt. So I think in America, like I said, they think so outwardly, like said that and things like that.
I feel about that. I feel the same way, but in New York, like people think that New York is like this liberal place. I'm like, nah, they still racist. They're just not as racist as you probably think they are. But like, nah, they're racist. And
there's like underlines from it. For me, real racism is always for me when it's not about if you say the N-word to me or things like that. It's when you suck my money, you suck my bag, and being in a corporate world and things like that. I've seen how far black people get in terms of the CEO line and past a certain line. I have a theory one person I know would have been ace for a head of position role and they didn't get it, and I personally think they didn't get it because she was black female. I honestly feel like that's my personal thought on it. Everyone can be like, oh no, because she didn't do well enough in the interview and blah blah blah. I'm like, she's basically doing the role. She was doing the role for like, imagine doing a role for like 6 months and then not giving it to her. I just thought that was so out of order. And it's like, they're positioning well because, oh yeah, you do have black people in your company, or you do have people of colour in your company and things like that. But I feel if somebody was white male doing the same exact role, they would have hands down would have got that position. I see no reason why you shouldn't have. And that for me is real racism, is the systematic one where you're kind of like stopping my position from going further. But then you get crazy things like that where full media newspaper that's meant to be credible can say stupid headlines like that. They have so many as well.
It's not like, regulated at all. There's no,
and it's not regulated. And it's just like
nothing.
And the crazy thing is, luckily in London, people are a bit more like it's not even true, but I think London people are a bit more open-minded. But like outside London, that racism still lives and exists, and it's like people read his head like, yeah, man's wasting his money. Oh my gosh, why are we getting paid? And it just builds this horrible stigma. So much.
They were saying, and really made me think. They said that the media fuels racism, and I thought, like especially the tabloids with the headlines.
Brexit happened because of tabloids.
Because if you read, I don't know how it is in America, but here, if you read a newspaper article, if a British man commits a crime, they'll just say, man, 30-year-old did this and describe it. If it's a Nigerian man that committed this crime, they'll tell you Oluwatobi, 30, Nigerian, committed this crime.
Very clear with
I don't get why that still happens. It's really weird.
They do that, and
it's like in subtle ways.
Well. Because and certain newspapers as well, they're politically driven. Like you know, they have like the right wing and the left wing, the progressive and the blah 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 and all that other stuff. So I think people don't get like people outside that aren't people of color. They don't. That's why they don't really understand why we have to create our own spaces and our own everything. That we're
protected from all that crap, and we can actually tell our true stories, our way.
I feel like it's just like we're just like grazing the surface of everything that we really wanted to kind of curate and to be our own.
I feel like, you're talking about imposter syndrome. I was thinking of imposter syndrome even in terms of like culture. Like we still feel like we're in their world. We're in their country, we're in their this. So it feels like we still have to be like cautious on how... Imagine if like it was just everywhere, just like us feeling fully, completely free to be
I don't know what that feels like.
But exactly, that real freedom to feel like that.
Certain Africans don't know what that feels like. Look at the South Africans.
I know.
Which is, that's absurd. That
makes me
farmers
cry.
feel like they are entitled to this land that they blatantly took. Like there's no question.
So...
That's absurd. Yeah. And for you not to even have your own freedom in your own space, how do we expect to feel free in every other place?
You know, it's like this. I'm going.
I mean, you can cut this segment out and put this in your political segment.
We don't know where that day will come. This must be Christmas festivities.
I know.
Christmas
Nothing
festivities.
Christmassy about this episode.
Yes, people, it's time for Let's Sketch It Out. Yes, this is going to be a new segment where if you have any questions, dilemmas, or things you just feel like creative that you want to personally plug as well, do just send us an email at theblankcanvaspod@gmail.com. For Let's Sketch It Out, we have a quick question. This question is, hi pod, I'm approaching 30 and I feel like I'm at a crossroads in my life where I'm questioning what I want to do, what I believe in, and I feel like my moral compass is completely out of whack. Do I completely throw out everything from before and start forming my own new morals belief system, or is it important that I continue and be consistent with my life up until now? I feel like I know the answer, but something inside tells me that I should question what and why I do the things I do. Interesting.
Okay, so for this question, I would say, I don't know, I feel like my experience in my 20s, I think, is a big stage in life where we not only are starting to learn who we are, well, we're learning who we are, but we're learning our good points, but I feel like it gets to a point where you actually learn your bad points as well, and things you need to work on. So I think definitely there's nothing wrong with throwing out all of the old and starting afresh and new again. It is a scary thing to do, to take such a big jump and leap, but you can do it. And this is the time to do it, to be very honest, just like Mina said earlier, when we don't have as much responsibilities, which I'm assuming.
This person might have responsibility as well, because some people at 30 do. Sorry, I'm going off topic here, but yeah, you mentioned a good point, like we're learning who our good points and learning our bad points.
Yeah.
And I think we're also learning to be okay with like our good and bad points, and that's a weird place to be, because we're constantly in a position where we're being conscious of what other people think around us. That helps forms our morals and things like that as well. And then being in a place where like, oh, actually all my decisions are actually on me and I carry them with me. So you start to question everything you believed in the past, question why am I in this role, my friendships, who the type of person I want to be in this family. And that question, I related to it a little bit, because I've had those moments as well. I'm not 30 yet, so you know, I'm joking, but I've had those moments as well personally where I just want to press reset, you know. And
you can if you want to. You can if you want to. I think it's an evaluation stage, especially me, as I am approaching 30. It's an evaluation stage where you can think about all the things that you do want to achieve. Not even necessarily by the 30. I don't think 30 is like the deadline, but I think this is a nice time where you can think about the things that you want to achieve, how you want your life to be. Review everything, take out the things you don't like, add the things you do like. Like, there's so much you can do. And do you know what? It doesn't even have to be our age. It can be any age range. You can do this at any age. It's just, obviously, there's that massive 30 pressure. But
I think the pressure is that when you reach 30, you feel like you should have it all. You feel like you should know it all, and you feel like you should be able to own things, like you're knowing what you want to do. And the whole kind of like, I'm just feeding back at the question, questioning what I want to do, and the whole kind of that crossroads area, and feeling like your life is completely out of whack. I feel the problem is I've personally always seen 30 as that, once to get that point, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I know what I should want to be wanting to do as well. And actually allowing yourself to be free in that moment.
Exactly.
And not being afraid to start again. You can always start again.
Exactly.
But can you always start again?
I feel like life is what you make of it. I think it's obviously wise to lay secure foundations that will help you in the future. But honestly, if you're at a point where you're not happy with where you are, start again. You can start again. There's no point continuing something that you don't like or you're not happy with. It's a tough decision, but you can start again. Like, I'll never forget this really dear friend of mine. She was starting uni at a later age, and she was just so beating herself up about it. But I just thought, just do it. Yeah. Just get over and done with and move on. Like, don't let these things hold you back. You can start again if you want to. Obviously, there's probably situations where you can't, it won't be as easy to start again. But if you really, if it's important to you, you can do it.
But I was going to say, yeah, guys, so that is Let's Sketch It Out. Again, if you do have any questions, just drop us an email. We're really easy and approachable at theblankcanvaspod@gmail.com. Our favourite bit.
So this is our scratch out bit where we just kind of let out things that are annoying us, pissing us off, and just making us feel like grrr. So my scratch out this week goes to service charge.
Okay.
So I know it's nice that we have an American in the room so we can have a good reference point.
I don't know service charge.
So I'm aware that in America,
You have to tip
you
it.
pay tips. I'm talking about in restaurant settings. And this is because...
Some waitresses like make their money just off tips, I've heard.
Yes, because of the
I've heard, I
whole
don't
way
know. Or minimum.
in which that they're paid.
They're paid like a base amount.
Okay.
So, alright.
So what's the lowest amount they can pay in America?
So I've heard like some restaurants, like the base pay would be $5.15, right? It might have changed now because it varies from state to state as well, right? So say even some people like they start off at a base and like of $3 and then they just get to keep their tips. The problem with tips is that they're taxed.
Oh.
So it's kind of like So like. And that's why, like, if you're ever in America, I like to, like I'll pay the bill on my card, but I'll give people cash.
Okay.
Because I don't want them to necessarily have to say, like, I think if you make over $1,000 in tips, you gotta pay taxes. So, for me, I'm like...
Oh, that's a good amount of tips, though.
That is a good amount of tips. But yeah, over here...
No, for, like, the tax year.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh.
Over here, I don't know.
Are you service charge?
I've been attending restaurants for quite a bit. I love going out to eat.
So when you say service charge, it's
automatically
when the bill
like
comes,
for restaurants.
like restaurants.
Okay.
So when you go,
but you can challenge it if you want to.
When the bill comes, they have the amount that you pay for all of the food that you've paid for, and then they'll add, is it 12.5% of the bill
Something like
to the
that,
bottom of it?
Like
and I'm getting really tired of it because at the end of the day, this is not something we do here. What?
I'm just confused. I'm not mad at it.
Why are you mad at it?
Scratch it out, hun. Do you scratch it out as much as you want?
I'm so sick and tired of it because I don't understand why we're paying it. What are we paying it for?
If someone served you food.
They did their job, which they're getting paid for. What am I paying for?
You sound like my sister, because my sister, when she was doing a retail job, she's like, I don't get paid service charge.
We don't get paid service charge.
To go collect their shoes from how far, XYZ. Yeah, waitresses, they get paid now.
And this is the thing, because it was not always a thing in the UK. I've been going to restaurants for years. I love going out to eat. Everyone will tell you that. It used to be a thing where, once in a while a restaurant will have service charge. And slowly it's now across the board. It's a norm. Everywhere is putting service charge. And it's like, there's no...
You do that in Canada as well.
I thought service charge, if you say have like a big party, like 6 or more people, then you have to pay service charge.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go. We went to Burger and Lobster. Did we not have service charge on our bill?
I just split the bill. I don't look.
And then there's
I
this,
don't want it like that. I just go,
now. The service charge is not, you don't have to pay it. You pay it if you want to. Okay. But then there's this culture where if you don't pay it, you look like you're being ghetto. So it's like...
You look like you're what?
Being ghetto. Am I not saying it the right way?
No, it's not like you said I'm being go, and I was like, what's that?
ghetto, or hood, or just cheap. And it just annoys me. We allow this thing to happen. I wish we could march for this and be like, get this off our bills. But that's my scratch out. I get tired of it.
Cool. So I'm really so annoying. Like I'm like in such a happy mood, so there's not much I feel like scratching out. But obviously it's winter time right now and I live like near a park, and if all my close friends know this about me, but I'm so afraid of foxes. I'm so afraid of foxes, and I just want to scratch them out. Jennifer's giving me the weirdest look like side eye, like, why are you afraid of foxes?
They're scared of her too. I don't
know.
know.
They're not. The thing is, they're not. Jennifer, they are not afraid of me. So bear in mind, my area, foxes are brave.
Wow.
Brave. So me, I was walking home, and obviously it gets dark really quickly now. I'm there walking home, and I see a fox that's like 4 feet in front of me. So I go, oh, this fox has seen me. It shall politely run away. It didn't. It just stood there, just staring at me. So I was like, this fox doesn't actually understand how this human-fox interaction works out right now. So I'm going to politely cross the road because it doesn't understand what it's doing. So I crossed the road. What did it do? It crossed the road as well. I was like, my God.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess around.
My God. So I was like, but it was just staying like 3 feet behind me. So I was like, let me just cross the road again. Maybe I thought in my head wrongly. It crossed the road again. Behind me. I could see my house was 10 doors away, I was like, my God. It was just following me. I was like, let me just run. So I just ran home.
No,
I did.
What if it started running?
It started running as
Yeah, and I wouldn't mess with a fox because it probably would leap and it has more leverage as far as like.
And it was running past me, and luckily, I quickly like opened my porch door, and then just in my porch bit, like knocking on my door to like my mum.
What?
The fox was just perched right by my porch door, just chilling there. So my mum came out of an umbrella to like run it away. Yeah, it was just and it wasn't like chasing me. It was like acting like I was its mother or something. I don't know. Like, it wasn't like, because it could have jumped on me. You're right, it could have pounced on me. But so ever since that day has happened. I'm really afraid of foxes. Like, I'm traumatized. Like, because my area's got lots of cats as well. Like, quite a suburbia type area. Like, lots of houses have cats and dogs and things like that. And we're by a really huge park. And it's winter time. So, foxes are about a lot. And it's just really traumatizing. I don't think people like play with me, but I'm really traumatized by foxes. So this week, I was funny. Like, I remember I just wanted to go home. Like, I have a friend that lives right on my street. We're literally 10 doors away from each other. I was walking. I was like, don't worry, don't walk me home. It's only 10 doors. Walked home. I see this fox outside. I was just there, like, still. I was like calling my sister, like, come outside.
Oh no.
Like, just need to be outside with me. Bear in mind, the fox was just a cat. I'm not that afraid. I just literally go still. So that is my scratch out.
My scratch out is this weather. I was committed to wearing my hair straight, and it just. I'm trying my best not to put any more heat for the rest of my trip, and I'm just like, I really want to wear my hair straight, so yeah, I'm gonna just need this humidity and rain to just stop. The weather could stay the same, but I just need, please and thank you.
Nova is messing up hairstyles. This hair needs to come out today, actually.
Oh gosh, but okay. So we want to use this section to just shout out RKHTY, our guest star host.
Thank you so much for coming.
First of all, thank you for answering my email.
Oh no!
Thanks for getting back to me.
You know, it was like I'm not like lit like that. Not that people email me, but I do get random emails sometimes. And I saw your email, I was like, oh yeah, someone's emailed us. And then I looked at your stuff, and you're mad talented. Like, I'm not saying this lightly. You're mad talented.
She was like, we really should have her. Like, she's really, she was really like wanting to do. I was like,
I was like, Jennifer, we should have her down. And Jennifer, like, because we obviously was first time having a guest down and stuff like that. We're like, but we don't know her. And I'm like, I know, but she's only down for the weekend for a bit in London, so let's try it. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Starting music, because I wasn't necessarily like an outgoing person. I legit had to like pep talk myself. So I know that like I need to reach out to more creatives outside of New York and wherever it is that I am.
Well, you get some plugs in London now.
So let's know about your music. So what's it like? What do you do?
Well, I'm a singer, songwriter from Brooklyn, New York. I was born and raised there. RKHTY is my real name. It's my middle name. I think a lot of people are like, what are these letters? I'm like, that's my name. It's on my birth certificate.
Oh, lit. Because I thought you put it that way. Oh, cool. Learn something new.
No, yeah. My dad, he named me after an Egyptologist. Her name is RKHTY Amen. So, and I was like, so you just gotta... So I was like, Mom, you just let him name me after some woman? She was like... he just really respected her as like an Egyptologist. She's one of the very few, she's one of the very few. She was like the pioneer of like being a black female Egyptologist.
So you plugged in that world.
I guess.
I get you.
But I don't want to say that I make like a specific genre. Like right now I'm doing R&B and reggae. Lost One.
Yeah, I love that song.
It's my current single, and it's completely different from what I've been doing before because it's just a completely different sound. My previous project was more like old school hip hop, and I'd like to think that Lost One is more upbeat, up tempo, and just I have like more wordplay on here, and it's just a completely different vibe. It's more of like a vibe of like being this black, well, not necessarily black, but being this like single female and kind of just navigating my way through different types of relationships. Yeah. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm trying to finish my album by March.
Okay. Exciting. Can't wait to hear it.
So I am focused more so on like doing that and kind of like making my project reflective of that, because there's so many things that I want to talk about, but this is my first album, so I kind of gotta ease people into things.
Oh, cool.
Well, I'll play like a snippet of Lost One because it's such a nice song.
So now you wanna show up, Now you wanna call me, text me, page me. Now I wanna. I finally move on it. Now you wanna roll up. Now you won't text back. You took me off home, huh? I remember being stressed. I remember being vexed. I remember being pressed. Had to push it to the left. Then I remembered I'm a boss. Remembered I got the sauce. Had to leave your ass alone. Yeah, I had to dust you off.
Yeah, your music is really nice.
Thank you. So, you know, and because it's a different sound, like, I played it for my friend. She's like, yo, this is it. I'm like, really? She's like, this is it. And I was like, okay. And even, like, I played it for the Lyft driver. He was like, yo, he was like, give this a year. It's like, about to be in the radio. I was like, really? I definitely see it as more of, like, a pop kind of commercial song. And it's more relatable and all that other stuff. As opposed to... Because, you know, they have, like, a certain formula.
Yeah.
For, like, the type of radio edits that they have. But I still feel like it's authentic to, like, me being an indie artist and kind of, like, doing whatever it is that I want to do. So, but yeah.
It's definitely going places, honestly.
How can people follow you, find you?
So, my name and my social media... All my social media... links are literally like RKHTY.
Okay, cool.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
I've been able to keep that uniform.
It's so hard to
Thankfully.
You're quite lucky. I don't think anybody else will have that name.
Yeah, it's very unique.
Is it popular, as you think? Am I wrong?
Aside from the person that I was named after, like my cousin named her child after me. Which,
Oh.
like, what about me? What if I wanted to name my child after me? But I don't, I think it's just us three in the world.
Nice.
Knock on wood.
Nice.
Gotta go copyright my name real quick.
All right, well, you guys go check out RKHTY.
Yeah.
And I believe that is the end of episode 4 of the Blank Canvas podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please do join in on the conversation using the hashtag the Blank Canvas Pod. And you can also find us on Instagram at the Blank Canvas Pod as well. So do join in, do let us know what you think, do follow us, do like, subscribe, rate. And we just want to wish you all a very wonderfully Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I've been Jennifer Noir.
I'm Mina West.
And I'm RKHTY.
All right. So Merry Christmas to you all, and we'll catch you all on our next episode, which will be released on